Fuck it, we'll do it live. Oh, wait, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to open topic tonight. Because Germ was unavailable, I decided to do an open topic here. We're postponing Walton's one week there, and man, that was a dialogue heavy episode. But oh well, there with me, I got PvP. How are you doing, PvP?
Not too bad. Not too bad. It's a Friday night, and I'm hanging out with you, Gorilla, so that's always good. And yeah, can't complain really about anything too seriously. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's other than the damn freezing cold, freeze your ass off weather outside. But other than that, it's
Well, that's
you know
because we're going through a polar vortex. Now, do you
sure
know what
feels
the
like it.
difference? Do you know what the difference between a polar vortex and an Alberta Clipper is?
Alberta Clipper. I don't. I know they get the. They don't call it a clipper though. They call it something else where it gets really warm all of a sudden in the winter.
No, in the winter here we get the Alberta Clippers and we get polar vortexes. You know what the difference is?
I know what a polar vortex is, but I'm not familiar with the clipper term.
All right, an Alberta Clipper is cold, and polar vortex is really fucking cold.
Okay. Well, it's a matter of degree then. It sounds like, but
Yep,
they do
but
get the Albertans do get something called Chinooks, where it can be like cold, and then all of a sudden they'll get warm air coming in. I don't know how they do it in Alberta because I don't know where the warm air is coming from there, but it'll just like everything will like melt, like it'll just get really warm for a day or two, which is
yeah,
weird because we don't have that happen here in BC at all ever. But
yeah,
yeah, the good
yeah.
old Burtons, they get those Chinooks, as they
Well,
call them.
that's all. Apparently, they suck in all the hot air from Ottawa.
Could be. That's a long ways though. I don't know about that, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's
but
weird weather phenomenons.
let's
Yeah.
say hi to the chat. First in the chat is Pop Culture Curator. Welcome, Pop. He says
Hey,
hello.
Pop.
And welcome, Suzanne Eckstein. Welcome
Hey,
there.
Suzanne.
And she says, hello, Grilla. Pop, hello. PvP. Oh, you get a hello, dear.
Oh, Suzanne's always she's always flirting with me. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Hello, dear.
Pop says,
Dear
hello, Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Do we have to do a little matchmaking here? And,
Well, I don't know.
yeah, and Suzanne says, Gorilla Saskatchewan is sitting at minus 50 with the wind chill tonight.
Oh, oh,
Oh, that now finally someone understands what cold
oh,
is. You
that's
know,
scary.
now someone understands what cold is. These people are complaining, oh, it's 55 degrees, it's cold out, it's 55 degrees. Oh, I don't even want to hear cold until it's Saskatchewan weather there.
No, minus 20 is cold enough for me here in BC because it usually doesn't get much colder than that, thankfully. But that's one reason I don't live in Saskatchewan. From what Suzanne's saying, I don't think I can handle minus 50. I really don't. It's just like that's way too cold for me.
Ah,
And the thing is, I love the people in Saskatchewan seem to be great people because I at my job I do have an agent I work for and I do Saskatchewan phone calls and they're the nicest people on earth. Like they're so friendly and they're really great people. And if it wasn't for the damn weather, I would actually think of Saskatchewan as a possible place to relocate to. But it's just too damn cold in the wintertime. But there are lovely people out there. But I guess, when it's minus 50, you spend a lot of time indoors. So that's probably why people are friendly because they got to, kind of coexist and get along, since they're indoors like half the year, right? So,
yeah. Yeah, welcome Melted Copper here. He says, hey guys. And Suzanne says hello to Melted Copper. The Melted Copper says, hey, thinks he loves you. What is he so afraid of? A love that there's no cure for. I'm guessing that's a song.
it is.
Okay. Then Melted Copper says hello, Susie. And it says, Gorilla, do you know what a coffee can, a roll of toilet paper, a bottle of methadate is for? That's it. That's Nick's emergency heater. There you put the methadate in the toilet paper in the can there. Then you set it on fire. It'll keep you warm for a couple hours. It's so cold you pee outside and have a yellow lightsaber. Uh, Good for you, I guess.
Yeah, I misplaced my gloves, so I know how cold my fingers got There's no way I'm going to whip out the willy to take a leak in this weather because it would probably freeze pretty fast. It's really cold. I mean, I was out there for like, I don't know, 1 or 2 minutes. Like, I went and got some groceries and did a few errands after I went to my doctor's. And like, I'm outside, at the parking lot for like a minute and a half and my fingers are going numb. It's so bloody cold. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like winter.
Well, maybe you should move to Florida.
Nah, too expensive. You know how much it would cost to move all the way across the continent? Wow. I thought of moving
Yeah.
to Ontario once, and that would have cost like over 10 grand. So it's like, the hell with that idea. I'm happy where I am overall. I mean, I can bitch and moan a bit because I do, but the weather will probably be fine a week from now, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, I had a feeling you wouldn't be going into work today. I guess I was correct, eh, Gorilla?
Yeah. And today's a Yepers to start your vehicle by heating up the oil.
Yeah, I actually went.
Oh, I thought it's like for emergencies in your house there.
Oh.
And Jeremy, you were able to make the streaming there. Hello, hello. I guess you'll be listening there while you're doing what you have to do there. And Melted Copper says I was upset. PP plus, I guess he meant PvP plus was a reference to Paramount. I thought they altered talking about something else. I'm not sure what you're going on there. And today says Jerome, hello. And Melted Copper says, hey Jerome, what cartoon are we doing tomorrow? And hey John, how you doing?
Why is this mute? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
You
I
seem
don't
to be
know
there.
why it was muted. Why, mates?
What was that?
For some reason, the tab was muted.
Oh yeah. And Jerm says Yogi Bear show will be tomorrow. Cool.
I guess that won the poll after all. Then okay.
And Melted Copper said hi. Oh, did I forget did I forgot to do the Democratic way of voting? Hey, Jerm, maybe a bunch of mail-in votes will come in here at 3:00 in the morning.
No, Yogi is probably the best overall choice anyway in the poll. It looked like so. I'm not surprised that it won actually.
Yeah.
I remember watching Yogi Bear as a kid. Geez, that show's ancient. That's an old show.
It's one of the oldest cartoons, ain't it? It's one of the oldest cartoons, ain't it?
It's got to be because I remember that as a kid. Well, it's Yogi and Boo Boo, right? His sidekick.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, like a really little kid, like a couple years old, my mom used to call me Boo Boo. I know it's silly, but I always kind of got a kick out of that. It's always kind of maybe a Yogi fan because it's like, hey, if you get a nickname of Boo Boo, your mom gives you, it's like you gotta kind of like Yogi Bear, right?
I don't know. My grandma didn't like my name, so she called me Zach for the longest time.
Zach?
Yeah, that's not my name.
Where did she come up with Zach?
That's my middle name. She liked my middle name better than my first.
Your middle name is Zach. Oh, I get it. Okay.
So,
oh, man.
So yeah, since she didn't like my first name there. Yeah, Jeremy said
I just figured it out.
Yeah.
Google Chrome you can mute a website but not a tab. So if I mute LDG's place, I also mute this place. And if I unmute LDG's place, I hear LDG moaning and doing his stuff. I can't do both at this. Why can't I mute the tab of LDG's place? Why can in Google Chrome? Why can I only mute the website, not the tab? How do I mute the tab? It just says mute the website. I can mute StreamYard, but not
You
the
can do it
tab.
on Brave. You can do it on Brave. You can just mute the tab. If I'd known that, I would stayed in the underground too.
It just gives me the option to mute the website, but
Yeah.
not the tab.
Well, Pop's telling you to use Brave, and that the Brave will let you use to mute the tab.
The thing is, normally I use Firefox, but StreamYard doesn't work on Firefox anymore because I don't know what problem they have with each other, and EVMux definitely doesn't work with Firefox. Lots of American companies have problems with Firefox nowadays. I don't know why.
Try the Brave browser. It's a really good browser.
Maybe Firefox did an update and something got screwed up with StreamYard, would be my guess. Possibly, could be. Sometimes updates don't work.
Yes, updates always screw up things. That's why I no longer. By the way, that's why I no longer do videos on YouTube, because I used to do used to have a very simple video editing program called Vidiot, which is a combination of video and idiot, because it's for idiots. It's very simple, but they didn't update, and nothing works anymore. You can't even put nothing works. You can't even put an image over an audio file anymore. Nothing works anymore.
I gotta say, John, I hate that. Sometimes you'll get a great program. Like I used to use all kinds of when I first started, 20 something years ago on the internet and got my first computer. I used to use a lot of free programs that worked fantastic, right? And then they do an update, and then it was like, well, so much for that, because it just wouldn't work anymore.
PvP.
It's maddening.
We have the exact same experiences because I've been on the internet since I was a teenager. I'm 41 now, and there was things that worked so well. They do an update and they fuck it up.
It's sad, but it does happen sometimes, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Gorilla. John Gill, PvP.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, Mikey.
Nothing.
We're just hanging out on a Friday night.
Yeah, and Melted Copper here says my parents got back together, but at one point my mom would call me Benedict Arnold. Not sure if a kid would follow the Age of War reference. Yeah.
Oh, brother.
And here's Pop telling you to use Brave. Melted Copper says mute. Have you tried duct tape or chloroform, John?
I don't think it'll work on an internet website, but
yeah. And Germ says you can mute tab on Firefox. Yeah, but his Firefox ain't working for this.
Yeah, I'm using Chrome for this.
Yeah.
And on Chrome, I can mute websites, but not the tabs. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. On Firefox, I could mute the tab. But here, I can only mute the website. It doesn't make any sense. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because, I mean, on the StreamYard here, of course, I've obviously got the sound working, but I always mute the YouTube channel because I leave the stream up so I can look at the chat once in a while, but I always, mute the audio. So yeah, that's weird that what Chrome is doing. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And Melted Copper says, Mikey! All right. Ugh. Ugh. So, what's the topic for tonight?
Well, you said it was open topic, I believe, Gorilla. So
yeah,
I guess whatever anybody wants to talk about.
I did not watch the new Marvel show, but I watched the For All Mankind finale. I did not watch the latest Godzilla episode because I hate that show, seriously. It had so much promise, but it just
Well,
sucks.
I heard Mecca or whatever the hell it's called started out strong, but then it just went into fuck you out of 10 territory.
The Godzilla show, it had so much promise, but it's just talking, teenage drama, talking, and more talking, and it's excruciating. You
I
don't want to
suppose
watch
there's no. Well, that seems like our Waltons episode this time, but it was like actually good dialogue in this episode. There, the Waltons one we were supposed to review tonight.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of. I thought it was a mediocre episode for the Waltons overall because there's been much better ones and there's been ones that were far worse as well. But I thought overall it was a decent episode, but it was pretty talky. I got to agree with you, Gorilla.
Yeah,
the
for what we got out of. But
the positive thing I can talk about is that I recently did a rewatch of the entirety of The Big Bang Theory, and you know, it's mostly mainstream, but they do some nice deep cuts. So I think it's a really fun show.
you should check out the Waltons. There, we've been reviewing that every Friday.
I know that because I'm subscribed to you, but
I was wondering what happened with
I
that.
don't know anything about it.
Oh, Mikey Germ couldn't join us on the panel tonight, so I postponed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've been having trouble reaching. Yeah, I'm still gonna go through with my stream at 9:30 ish, somewhere around there. I've just been having trouble reaching Jay. He had a back surgery earlier in the week, and you get a shot in the back when a big shot, and he said he'd be loopy or out of it or something. I don't know. But I'm going to call him in a few minutes. I just want to let you guys know.
He could be under the weather then. That's possible. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's, right now it is a snow blizzard. It is 26 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is a wipeout, or it's a whiteout. It's going on right now.
We don't have a blizzard or a whiteout, but it's cold as hell here, Mikey. It really is bad. I had to go out this afternoon, and it's
cold here too, buddy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was outside for like a minute, walking from my car to the building, and my fingers went numb like in 60 seconds. They were. It was like I could feel the frostbite starting to set in almost. It was that bad. Not fun. Not fun at all.
1 second. Can I just ask, Mikey, were you on the Resolute Germ panel last night? Did you hear?
I believe I was. Well, no. Yeah, I was briefly. And then I was with you and Daniel in LDG's Underground.
Okay, I was so drunk last night.
We were trying to watch that to all mankind. I was trying to. Yeah.
I was so out of it.
Yeah, no, we were trying to watch All Mankind, and I only got like 15 minutes into it, and then it just kind of
the intro of the.
I lost interest.
No, I begged LDG to show the episode, and then I passed out during the fucking intro. I didn't see any of it. But LDG was mad.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Germ says it's 19 degrees there. Lucky no snow yet. Hey Melton, how's it going?
It's about to go awesome. I'm glad you guys let me on your show, and I'll try not to get kicked off too quickly.
Well, hey, Melted Cover, you again.
I'm just kidding with you.
I got a few dozen embarrassing moments where I appear on shows as I figure out this interwebs thing. Because, like one channel, I guess, I don't know if you could use the M word, which that shouldn't be a word, But then I was watching Babylon B, and the whole joke was about killing babies, and I'm like, that's on YouTube too. Why is that guy censoring a non-curse word?
It depends on it's the host's discretion on what they want on their channel.
Oh, and I
Ah,
respect that. Yeah,
Hey,
I'm not doing
Gorilla.
windmills here.
Gorilla, I just had a great idea. One day we should get Melted Copper and Kermit the Frog on the same panel.
Yeah, I'm Kermit the Frog here, and I'd like pork and bacon.
Oh, he doesn't know Kermit. I don't think. I don't think
Yes,
Melted Copper's
so we should get them together. We should make that match made in heaven.
Wait, is that guy? 'Cause I don't know this guy, but I guess on Birdstream, someone was doing windmills in like the back room.
No, Kermit the Frog is most of us know him, and he's actually a really smart guy, but he talks in a very, very specific way.
Well, that's because I think he's autistic, if I remember correctly. But
He is
Oh,
really,
I
he
ain't
is
Kermit the
really,
Frog.
all right, just a second.
Kermit,
This is
he's
good.
really
Well,
intelligent, but he
well,
talks in his
Yeah. Well,
special
don't
way.
forget. Yeah, I was gonna say, but don't forget that Foxy Bear was voiced, by the same guy who then eventually voiced Yoda.
Oh yeah,
All
Fun
right.
Guys.
Hey, welcome the man of many words there, Cody guy. He says, "Happy Friday."
So, this is.
So what was that, John?
This is how it should be. The only people who are on camera are people with long hair. This is how it should
Wait, I
be.
got 3 seconds. There we go. Wait,
All
no.
the short
Yeah,
hair
yeah.
people don't belong on camera.
Um,
So, Jedi Bill,
Well,
if you're out
answer
there,
to usurp other YouTubers, we got to be more than just talking heads with cool collectibles in the background. Oh, that's Mikey, isn't it? Mikey's my hero. His wacky internet makes me feel comfortable with my bad internet.
Right. Well, that's because StreamYards is very taxing on his system there, and he has a older system.
I just think it's great that I'm talking to some Americans, a guy in Canada, and a German all at once. Who knew that this would be a thing in my life?
yeah,
Star
That's a
Trek
great-
did back in the
that's-
60s.
that's actually a thing that nowadays a
Oh,
lot
we
of
lost
people
Mikey.
complain about
Well,
how bad
hopefully
the
we come
world
back,
is,
Mike.
but this thing that we are able to do nowadays, it's fucking amazing.
It is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
back in the
Germany,
day,
I'm talking
in the 90s,
fucking
you'd have that friend with the big TV, and it would be like a rear projected TV or tube TV. Now you have like a TV the size of the wall, 2 TVs in your pocket, you're watching another TV.
It's
Technology has
actually
advanced a
fucking
hell of a lot in the last
amazing.
25 years, that's for sure. Yeah.
It's actually
I got my
fucking
first
amazing, the
computer
things we can
25
do.
years ago. And I never even then dreamed in my wildest dreams I'd be hanging out with you guys, chatting on this website called YouTube that didn't even exist back then. And I mean, it's amazing. Like you can meet so many cool, fun people to hang out with and chat on these live streams. And it's just been fucking great, I gotta say. It's a really
Oh,
amazing
God, I
thing.
thought when my mom passed away and I tried to drag my car over a cliff.
Oh,
we were
no.
going through some things,
Don't do that.
and, yeah, that's past tense. Fortunately, that God needed me here. But I found
Yeah.
the Atari Lynx at my mom's house, and that thing is like a fucking rock. I'm like, that's insane, because my phone has all kinds of way more tech-savvy games, and it's way thinner than this cinder block that I guess was a handheld device, but,
Hey,
be
the
like
original
bringing-
anti-theft Nokia phone.
I had to give you guys. Now I had to give you guys an update. Jay Aldridge's place is on fire. He's got 4 trucks that
Oh,
arrived at his place, and he was forced to evacuate. So
Oh,
when
my
it's,
God.
hopefully it's not too serious.
Live stream that.
Yeah.
so it's actually on
So
fire.
when it is,
That's wow. That's scary, man. Jeez, at least he got out safely.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Oh, Jay.
Yeah,
Terrible,
he
terrible
evacuated
week. I mean, he's having a rough week,
safely,
man.
but he's not sure when he's due to go
Shit.
back in. So
Oh,
Well, keep
they'll
us
probably put.
updated.
yeah, he had back surgery. He got stabbed in the back, and and now he was forced to evacuate.
That's a
Did that
bad.
guy piss
That's a
off a
bad
witch or
week.
something?
Wow,
Sorry.
that's horrible.
What, Gorilla? Sorry.
Yeah, keep us posted on that.
Yeah, I feel so bad for.
I
Jake's had
know.
a rough time. I mean, he's had some rough years, and I feel bad for him
I
because he
will.
seems like a really nice guy. And yeah, nobody deserves to be burned out of their home. Like that's horrendous. They'll probably have to put everybody up in a hotel. I'm guessing if it's. I mean, 4 trucks, 4 fire trucks. I'm
Well,
guessing that's a pretty
I
major
still
fire.
plan. Well, yeah, four fire trucks. He just quickly
gotta be
texted
serious.
me just a few minutes ago. Told me 4
That's
big
bad.
alarm trucks arrived at his place. Major fire, yeah, and he was forced to evacuate.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds
I mean,
like
in
they
his
might lose the
condition too,
building.
because he just had back surgery 3 days ago. I'm like, oh,
But if you
holy
got
shit!
if you got 4
Yes.
trucks that show up, Mikey, it's
With
probably
4
you could
trucks,
lose
yeah.
the building. You could lose the building. You could totally lose the building. 'Cause
Well, I
I've
hope
seen some of
everything's
those.
okay for him.
I've seen some of those, 4-alarm
Oh
fires,
God,
and it's not pretty.
I hope not.
Shit, that's scary.
Well, I hope so. Well, anyway,
The
prayers
best
up
you
for
could do is hope
Jay.
he has a good insurance and
I
a
still
bunch
plan
of
on doing
bad
my.
things you wanted to
I
get rid of in
still
his house.
plan on doing my
Oh,
stream at
finally,
9:30. So
finally. This was just getting fucking annoying. People were talking in the underground, and I couldn't mute the tab. That was getting fucking annoying. People talking over there and people talking over here at the same time. That was just giving me a headache. Like
Sometimes
Tim
it's just
Price,
better to
Tim
close the
Price
tab
and Darren
entirely,
Wagner
John.
were talking while you guys were talking. It's just annoying
Yeah,
the fuck out of me.
yeah. Sometimes it's better just to close the tab if it's a real, if
Yeah,
it's that much of a pain, right? So
yeah. That was just giving me a headache.
Jeez, I just wow, that's really bad news, Mikey. God, I'm still kind of trying to
I'll
process
tell you
that.
this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a downer. You guys, you know what we need to do? We need to try to get back to a happy spot. So everybody will just do some applause.
We. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk about this
I'll
guy's
tell you
house burning. We might as well start
something
talking
that
about
was
dead
amazing.
babies and cancer patients. Let's try to get something cheerful.
Okay, girl, you're the host.
In the corner. I'd be over there
You
with my
gave the
spoon
command.
cutting my wrist.
Hey, girl, you're the host. You want to suggest a fun
Yeah.
topic?
I'll tell you
for us?
something
I'm just saying, we can keep talking about burning
upbeat.
babies.
crazy nuts.
Oh boy.
What's that?
Has anybody seen the new TED show yet?
What?
No,
I
but
don't
it makes
even
me
know
want to have an Elf reboot.
No.
I don't even know what the hell that is. I never heard of it.
TED? You never heard of
Alfred.
TED?
Oh, come on. No.
Say, PvP, you never heard of TED?
Don't do
Ted?
it yet. Don't redo Alf. Holy fuck. No.
Is that well? What is TED about? Like
So,
No, I haven't
Basically,
seen the new
Alf is
Ted
done
yet,
by the
no.
guy from Family Guy. The Family
Yeah.
Guy did Alf,
No, I
but
haven't
he's a
seen the
teddy
new
bear.
Ted.
yeah, but yeah, so the teddy bear comes alive after he wishes it as a kid, and then
oh,
he can come.
Yeah, I know about it.
It survives to his adulthood, so he's living with this teddy bear there.
you're talking
the-
about
Yeah,
the TED
Mark
movie.
Wahlberg's
The
in
TED
those
movie.
2 movies. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
came
okay.
Yeah,
out with
Mark
the,
Wahlberg's in them.
So they're doing
Right.
a TED TV show now.
Did any of you hear
Go ahead, Gorilla.
me? Did any of you hear me rant about
Yes.
how much I hate the
And I'm very
Frasier
upset.
reboot? The Frasier
been-
reboot.
It's not the same thing.
I hate that so much.
Oh, I heard that they did a reboot, but I never even watched the original, so I didn't even bother looking at
I
the new one.
love the original.
Yeah.
Frasier is one of the 2 TV shows I learned fluent English from, besides Star Trek TNG, because they're both very wordy shows. So I learned a lot of English from those shows.
Now those
Frasier
are
and
shows
Star Trek
definitely.
TNGs.
Those are definitely good shows, I would imagine, if you wanted to learn English. Yeah, they're very
Yeah.
wordy shows, but they're wordy in a good way.
Yeah. And I love them. I love the original Frasier, and the reboot is just
Bad.
it's like so much. It's even though I'm a person, I would describe myself as liberal, but this woke stuff where the white guy is always wrong and the black chick is always right, that just annoys the fuck
Hey,
out of me because it's just such a
I-
fucking trope
Hey,
that
John,
it becomes predictable.
John, I will take your Fraser reboot and raise you a Velma.
Oh God,
I'm not interested in that.
Velma's horrific. I'll never
I'm not
forget
in-
watching that episode of Velma with your gorilla when you wanted to stream it, and it was like I couldn't believe how god awful that piece of crap was. Like, who in their right fucking mind would fucking do a cartoon based on Scooby Doo and fucking drag it through the mud like Velma does? That was god awful.
The
You know,
worst
this is
thing,
why actually
I,
I'm
the
going to like
worst,
it.
Melted Copper, 1 second. The worst thing I have ever seen in the woke department, which nobody else seems to have seen, was a show called Lovecraft Country with the guy who plays King the Conqueror with Jonathan Majors, and it's so extreme. You can't fucking believe it. It ends with a teenage black girl, killing all the white people. White people don't deserve to live, basically. And yeah, that was a bad robot show, and it's horrifying. It's
Yeah, I just got an I'm sorry guys, I don't mean to interrupt. I just got an update from Jay. Oh hey Cody guy. Hey Bob. Yeah, so he said that he was evacuated and then they checked everything and it looks like it's okay. False alarm, and he was put back. He was told to go back to his place, and he says that's the most exercise I'm going to get for this year. He laughed about it on text. So
Yeah.
it was false alarm.
Text him back and tell him we're glad that he's okay.
Yeah, let him know that we're thinking of him, Mikey, and we're glad
Yeah.
that things worked out. But that's fucked up. Who people who call in false alarms to the fire department? They should be like just I don't know. They need a good beating or something. It's just like throw them in jail for a week at least. Like that's bullshit. I hate people that do shit like that.
Oh,
what are they thinking?
I'll be back.
I don't get it, but I'm glad Jay's okay.
Okay.
Nobody
I'm glad
should
he's
have to-
okay
Nobody
too.
should have to
He's
run out of their home.
he
and
still says
care
that
about
he'll
them.
try and join me tonight on my stream.
That's good. Nobody should have to run out of
Well,
their home.
you know,
and
they
fear
could have
about
done the
because
same thing to us,
someone-
PvP.
Well, you get
Yeah, I
false
They
thought
could have
alarms.
done the same thing to us a few times when we had
Yeah.
fire alarms that went off here.
I
You've
know.
heard my fire alarms go off before.
I
The
know
other
you get
day-
those too, don't you, Mikey? Quite often.
There was this guy, and he was doing a stream, and I tried to join his stream, and he told me to get away from his urinal.
all the time. What?
That's one thing. What was
He
that?
did not say that.
What?
Come on, Melton.
That's one thing I got to say about the building I live in.
He
There's never
did
been a
not
false.
say that.
We've never had a false alarm here. I've been in here for 9 years, and nobody's ever turned in a false alarm. So, the people in this building are pretty cool people, though, and we got people of all ages, from people in their early 20s to people in their 80s, and it's a really good mix of folks because everybody gets along, and you can say hi in the hallway to people, and there's a couple of people I really know quite well, and I'm lucky because we never get false fire alarms here.
Oh, PvP, Gorilla is gone. We own his stream now.
Oh shit!
We're now the fucking bosses here.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I'm
We own the stream now.
betting Gorilla. Gorilla has this problem with some connection. Something he plugs into keep his computer going that keeps that keeps unplugging because it's it's one of those very bad connections. It's like the original jack to plug the power in. He's got like a replacement one that doesn't really fit properly. So it seems like every stream it unplugs at some point, and then he's got to reboot. So I'm betting he'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Dude, you know who
Yeah,
Gorilla Random Thoughts? He should use Mojo Jojo as his icon.
And on the subject is in my place, I only had a fire alarm once. My fire alarm went off when a friend was over, and we were smoking weed, and my fire alarm thing didn't like that. We were smoking weed, really relaxed, and suddenly that thing goes like beep, beep, and like those fucking things are really loud. And like,
oh yeah,
no.
I got one of those.
I am back.
So did your computer unplug itself again, like it seems to do all the time lately, girl?
Yeah, the pen moved.
I figured so. Yep. It's
So,
not a Gorilla
no.
stream unless that happens. That has to happen at least once, though, right, Gorilla? So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not a Gorilla stream if my
Yeah,
computer don't
except
die.
for
at least
me,
once.
I live
That's
by
right.
satellite.
That's
Woo!
that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting here. I'm having a I'm having a intro video made for my channel there, so I won't have the countdown anymore. I'm waiting for it to get sent to me.
So when are you going to premiere that? In about a week or so from now, I'm guessing.
Oh, it depends if it gets sent to me here. When it gets sent to me. Trey Pichelli was nice
Well, I
enough.
find when people are asleep, they can't say no.
Yeah, they still can.
Yeah, that's funny about it.
I'm getting used to the live stream thing, so right now it looks shoddy back there, but I even had a plot to get a whole bunch of different curtains. Like, I was like, man, I'm gonna go curtain shop. I'm gonna have a beach, tombstone. Yeah, it might get crazy now that I'm figuring out this is a visual medium.
You should do some. Yeah, melted. You should do some. Yeah, I was gonna say melted. You should do some background stuff. You know, get like like matte curtains or something, and then put like background stuff on it. That'd be cool, man. Just having a background thing for yourself.
I'm gonna still be using yours, but instead of doing the 30-second countdown, I'm gonna have the intro you made, and then it's gonna be having like those old rate. You know how they used to do the ratings things on movies and stuff. Telling you that it's rated R, rated PG-13, and all that. So Troy's gonna make a rated R thing for me for the streams.
Oh, okay. I thought it would have been rated F for your channel, Gorilla.
I did not think of that.
Okay.
Because that would have been perfect, because you always rate things. You give everything that automatic F, right? So
And welcome anytime. Welcome. Yeah, I know that. Where did you find it? Troy's making it for me.
You should get an F rating intro, Gorilla. That would be fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. I did not think of that.
This channel rated
cool.
on automatic F.
Well, the whole thing started because people were it was on tons of channels. Everybody was bashing TV shows and movies that they didn't even watch like one episode of.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, makes sense actually, Gorilla.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a hate thing. Like there's sometimes like this is and now these are popular stations and people might act like say it's out of spite. By your 300th video that you say Disney or Star Wars is dead, find something you like to talk about.
I agree. I agree totally. They're melted. It's just like, oh, there's just these hate channels. They make a lot of money feeding this
Oh
shit,
yeah,
right?
no, yeah, and they can't not hate them. But like when you think about it, and another thing here with fake hate is like there's a difference between a person who cares who's upset and someone who's just kind of making up bad jokes, you know?
And somebody's just doing it for the super chats and all that shit too, right? Because a lot of them do.
Yeah,
So
it's like the She-Hulk haters. I mean, She-Hulk really, that show is as bad as the comic was. Her comics always failed. That's She-Hulk. The real complaint should be they fucked up the Hulk from the start.
Yeah. Well, really, I didn't have much of a problem with She-Hulk. There wasn't nearly as bad. I didn't think it was nearly as bad as some people were. Some people were making it to be like the worst thing ever. You know, it's like it wasn't that bad. Like, am I going to go back and watch it again?
Yeah, actually,
No.
in the 90s, She-Hulk was basically a titty magazine for underage kids, okay? Like, they probably should have saucied her up some, because back in the day, this is really in other cartoons, had a swimsuit issue and stuff, so
Yeah.
some of the sex stuff they toned out, which is more of She-Hulk's shtick.
Yeah.
Which is fine. They're selling books to teenage boys, so of course, why wouldn't you do
But what
that?
they did is what they did in She-Hulk. I caught. Yeah, but what they did for She-Hulk in their what was the cable series, right? So what they did is they made her more independent. Gave her a better job, I guess.
Well, you know, my only beef with She-Hulk was
and
some
made
of the
her
cameos.
smart, almost as smart as.
Well, oh god. Plus, when they made the blood plot a thing, it's like the writers, even though I guess they were ladies, you know, women bleed once a week every month. So I don't know how they overlooked that being later writers writing a blood story. You would think they'd be inconvenienced their whole life that they would catch that.
Well, not every week.
Not every week. Oh god.
Yeah,
think
no, but
about
not
it-
every week. It's like once, maybe twice a month. The way you would say they bleed.
But my
Yeah,
other beef
no,
with the She-Hulk
it's
show
not
is
every week.
one of the Wrecking Crew appears,
It's
and I'm
like
like,
more
why
like once or twice.
aren't they on Loki? Like the Wrecking Crew are Thor staples, and here they are now, a butt of a joke. And Mr. Immortal was like a weird English guy, whereas I don't know if you guys read West Coast Avengers. That's a ginger that kills himself a lot. I actually like the character, and when I saw him, I was like, these guys just made him not. They just didn't even pick up any of the books for the show that they write for.
no, that's the problem with all the franchises, isn't it, Melted? It's like, you know, Doctor
They
Who's
don't
turned
read
into
them.
shit, Star Trek's turned into shit. I mean, they just keep wrecking these franchises by getting writers that don't know the source material. They don't understand it. They don't care about it, and they produce
Picard.
garbage. You
We
know?
had
Picard, they clone robots. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm a comic book guy. You know how many times they bring Brainiac back, who's an android? At no point did they say, "Hey, we cloned this android." You know, they'd be like, "My Honda Civic spark plug in the future can equal a clone."
You okay there, Mikey? I think you were roboting on your microphone again, man.
Yeah, and you remember the first season of Picard, the cloned data from a single positron.
Yeah, oh, how
What?
stupid. And then they had to make two clones.
What? That makes no fucking sense.
Well, what they should have done is they found half of his brain in the wreckage of Nemesis there, and they managed to reconstruct his brain to then be able to make multiple androids. That's what they should have done. But
You know
now,
what they should've done too?
what they should have done is nothing. Never make that crap.
Well, if they
show.
were going to make it, they should have made Laura's own man, because he reappeared and then they wasted no time to smash him into Data. They could have made Lore like his own character. Like, after being evil for so long, he finds out his brother's dead, tries to take up the role, and maybe Lore would find his program stuck in a computer somewhere and access to his brother. That's called a story.
The idea I like how you started out is that you know, after Data dies, Lore thinks about his life and has like a personal journey that he you know, he's only bad because he's overwhelmed by his emotions that he started out with, like in TNG. But that he eventually comes to terms with it It's like, I don't need to be evil. I just, trying to figure myself out.
In film writing, that's called character growth.
Yeah. Like, he could actually turn into a good guy.
Which is good because
It's
the world
just,
loves a good villain that turns into a hero. That's all the rage these days.
Yeah,
Well, the
Yeah,
thing is, too,
definitely.
with the best villains are always complex, and they always have like a tortured soul,
Yeah.
and they have a backstory, and they have a reason for being evil or being, bad guys, because
Yeah.
they've been fucked up in their lives, right? And you
Yeah.
kind of start to root for them after a while, even if they are nasty and they're an adversary to your hero. You still kind of start to get an understanding and feel for them on a certain level. And once they go on that journey and they start, maybe, as you say, to become more heroic, uh, they can be very, very, hell of a lot of fun to watch. And yeah,
Yeah.
I get a good, well written villain. They can be really awesome.
That's like the Marvels right now. I've referenced comic books and I like comic books. Or if you don't read X-Men Cartoon is Gold, the post credits of the Marvels really should have been Rogue and Mystique come up out of a bubble and they meet Miss Marvel and they almost fight. Then Rogue takes off her gloves and goes to shake her hand and they're like, "Oh, we're the Brotherhood of Mutants." Boom, black screen. That's called a hook. People know this reference. That's next to Gwen getting thrown off a bridge in Miss Marvel's world. But instead, the post credit is a character that no one cares about in Beast, and neither of these two characters equal anything. It's like you might as well not have a post credit because that doesn't go nowhere. I mean, it's nice to see him, and I love Fraser as Beast, but it's a non-post credit. It might as well
Yeah.
just put an outtake at the end of the film.
Yeah, I mean, Fraser as Beast, that was just the most minor character in the X-Men movies.
Right? I mean, and he nails the part, and he's got the greatest voice, and it's good to see that
Yeah,
he might
he
be,
didn't
I have
Yeah.
hope
do
for
much.
Deadpool 3.
It's always great to see Kelsey Grammer. He's actually my favorite actor because he's the kind of actor you can see his facial expression from a camera shot off the back of his head. He's so expressive in his acting. You can see what his facial expression is if you see him from behind.
Oh, right? Like all his Psycho
Well-
Bob stuff, great.
Yeah, but why? But Gil or John, but why would they reboot Frasier? Come on, that thing was over. He was in Seattle. He was done. That was it.
He-
I don't know why they decided to bring him back.
It's
I'm not even gonna.
it's
I'm not gonna
Paramount-
bother with a
it's
look
Par-
for it because it's
uh,
just. I'm disappointed.
Well, it's better than
Paramount
that for a reboot where
milks
everyone's dead.
everything. I mean, Paramount they milk everything that they used to have years ago. They literally bring back everything. They don't come up with a single new. Okay, I can't say that because they do the
Why?
Kevin Costner show. They do the Kevin
Why?
Costner show, but which is something new. But they milk everything that they used to have because they don't really have
Yeah.
ways to make money, I guess. So
But
they
Grammer's
just-
a CGI cartoon now. He's not in the Beast costume
Well,
because,
they just don't
practical
have
effects aren't a
creativity.
thing
Is
anymore.
my opinion.
In fact, I like to quip that diversity is for everyone but dwarfs.
Yeah.
That's for a regular actor and 300 programmers. You need to go back to WWE or some sort of carnival performance, you little hobbit.
But yeah, the Frasier reboot is so fucking
They
horrible.
Warner Brothers-
It's so horrible. It's
I chuckle because
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Snow White fan,
Yes.
but when they show a picture of their Snow White
No,
with the
no, I
cartoon
agree with
dwarf,
you.
I'm like, these are little people. You can find 7 dudes to get these roles. They don't need to be a cartoon character. See, back in the day, special effects used to be like for graphic violence, weird aliens, things that aren't real. But Snoke, that's just an old dude. You could have got a guy in Freddy makeup and saved so much money, and it would have looked better.
Pop says,
Melted Copper on that subject.
Yes, he's too old to play Beast.
Yeah, but he's
Well,
gonna be a CGI cartoon, so it's
No, I
a voice
agree
role,
with
really.
that, That's all. Go ahead, Gorilla. Yeah, go ahead, Gorilla.
Yeah,
No,
Pop-
I disagree
Pop-
with Pop on that statement, but
Grammer is too old to
Yeah.
play Beast. Well, I don't know how old Grammer is.
Well, if he's 80, he should run for president with the other 2 80-year-olds.
Kelsey Grammer can play everything at every time. Fuck off. He's the greatest actor ever.
If I was
I
more
love
tech
that guy.
savvy, I would make a clip of every movie with just all the extras are Kelsey, and I would send
No,
it to
no,
him.
you just make him a vice president. That's what you do.
Don't fucking talk
No, you
down
just
on
make him a
Kelsey
vice
Grammer.
president. That's
Come
what
on,
you
what
do.
the
You don't make him
man?
president. Oh my God. I'm not
Anyway,
talking down. I'm saying he can play
no,
VP. He's not
I'm
a
talking
president
to
type
pop,
to me.
pop
I can
culture
think of 10
curator.
other
Don't
actors
fucking
that can play a president.
I think I was on that guy's show. Hey man, join the team. Oh, the other day I was getting roasted on a show the other day. It was pretty funny.
Look,
yeah.
I
just
I will
remembered
admit
what-
I will only admit that Kelsey Grammer, when he was involved with Star Trek, was cool. Okay, I admit that.
They
but
could bring him back
and
as
Frasier
leader of
and of course
Enterprise.
Cheers.
Because if they're doing a new, because I guess
And he did okay in X-Men, but
because the Gossip Mill is saying they want to do another Picard, and that guy's like 90. And if
Yeah.
Frasier is still
But
around,
they-
you
yeah,
can go
but
to that
I agree with
Picard guy
John.
and give him his own ship. Do a retro style movie, which is fine because Harrison Ford was
Yeah.
90 and doing the film. So let's grab whoever's not dead from the classic Star Trek and try to work a story. And my villain, of course, would be Shatner from the Mirror universe. Because, why have him be a good guy? He's about to die. We're not going to try to kiss his ass tomorrow. We're just going to let him be the villain.
Okay, so Melted Copper, what I was trying to tell you before
Well,
everything erupted was you were talking about CGI. And I just remembered the movie The Day After Tomorrow, where they did these really god awful CGI wolves. Instead of you have these really trainable animals that are closely
Prey is
related
like
to
that.
wolves.
Prey has some cartoon animals.
Instead of having these CGI things that look so fucking unrealistic as fuck in that movie.
Yeah, well, here's another thing too, is because if you're using CGI stuff, the actors on set have nothing to work with. The guy running the camera can't really switch angles. Because you know what I mean? If you had a wolf, you could do different takes. You'd be like, all right, I'm going to film him a little differently now. There, you just got to be like, well, I filmed some grass, and let's hope they do it.
All right,
Wolves
what do you
in your
think?
script, you can literally just use dogs who are very easy to train, and just alter them a bit with CGI, but not do these weird, like the CGI wolves in The Day After Tomorrow.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just look
That's like-
fucking horrible.
Hey,
They
That's
look
like
fucking horrible.
the
just a sec, guys.
live Lion King reboot. That's a complex cartoon. There's no live in that cartoon. Okay, like you know what I mean? It's all a cartoon. Live action means some meat needs to be up in that story.
Yeah.
All right, just like welcome Christine Hurt there. I think it's the first time you're at the channel. I hope you like it. Welcome. And she's saying,
she
hey,
can join the chat. I've seen her face before. Come on up.
yeah, we got the link. Oh, I did forget to pin the link.
No, because
Probably.
I'm here and I'm a
No,
computer
it's
idiot.
at the top. You need to scroll all the way to the top, but I don't think you pinned it.
I did not pin it.
If you want to find it, scroll all the way to the top.
I got it pinned. Yeah.
Cool. So,
Hey,
2
Pop,
hours
how's it
later, pinned.
Hello.
Christina here says I would, but right now I'm doing multitasking. But thank you. Maybe in a little bit if you're still running.
All I hear is
Okay,
excuses for me.
Yeah, so
Hi,
how are you
Bob.
doing, Pop?
Doing good. How are you guys doing? Sorry.
Doing
No, you're
okay.
not doing good. You were saying negative things about Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
I didn't say
Yeah,
negative things
We
about him.
might
I
have to
said he's
block
too old
and
to play.
unfollow on that.
I didn't say negative things. I said he's too old to play Beast. That's not negative things about him. I'm not lying about his age.
Well, Beast can be old.
Okay, then wait till you see action scenes. All right. So no, well, let me.
Yeah,
Hopefully I
obviously,
get
if
through
he's
this
old,
without
he
getting.
can no longer do
Oh,
action scenes.
hopefully I can get
Okay,
through this
Every
without
X-Men
getting.
can get old.
I didn't think
I mean,
so.
we saw that
Hey,
in Logan.
hey, one at a time, please. One at a time.
Yeah, guys,
Forget it.
come on.
Forget it.
Let's have fun. I don't want to hear arguments tonight.
It's
If
not
if
supposed to. It's just I was hoping to get through a sentence without being interrupted. That's not going to happen. So I'm just going to mute and listen.
John, let
It's
him
not,
let him say his piece.
no pop,
it's not really
say
an
your
argument.
piece, Pop.
It's just nerdy stuff. It's like a Big Bang Theory type of argument. About stuff. It's not an intense emotional argument. It's just
Why does it have to be an
nerd
argument at
stuff.
all?
That beast can be there can be an old beast. Like grandpa beast.
I have
like-
nothing against Kelsey Grammer. That's fine if you guys like him. That's no problem. He was funny on Cheers. But he's 68 years old. I want you to keep that in mind. So everybody who defends shit like that of having them play an action hero, then as soon as you call out their age and then you say, well, because Beast is very active in the comic book and in the cartoons, he's very physical. He can kick ass. A 68-year-old man cannot. I mean, we saw that with Picard. So
What are you
my
talking about?
point is,
That's Michael Keaton
I,
Batman. who
this
does
is what I'm
that.
talking about. I can't fucking
Hey,
finish.
let
You
him
Papa,
finish.
please.
fuck it.
Let him finish
Please.
there.
Pop, please finish.
Oh, is it me? No, Pop. Go ahead.
Okay.
But he's right. The guy is old, but they did do Michael Keaton doing Kung Fu in the Flesh. I mean, it looks bad, but that's what they do now.
I don't know. I think you're the only one here who watched The Flash.
I just watched
I don't
clips.
care.
Yeah, because they didn't make a Flash movie. They made an Elseworlds Finest Batman Superman film.
Yeah, it's just my point that I wanted to say to pop culture curator is that they did like Old Man Logan and Old Man, Professor X, and
How old is
why not?
Harrison Ford actually?
Why not have an Old Man
He's like
Beast? That would
85
be,
or 6. Something.
you could work that into a story to have like an old beast, and Kelsey Grammer is old, but you could have like an old beast who is just his diplomatic self or whatever, and not doing any action anymore, just being old beast. So I see that as a possibility that you could work into a story. That
Yeah,
was basically
But if he can't do action there, and he's going to be down in every scene he's in, nobody's going to want to watch that.
yeah, but he would just be a side character.
Yeah,
He's
he
always
don't.
been a
Yeah,
side character.
that's a lot like, I don't know if you guys are pro wrestling fans, but the Ultimate Warrior I heard sucked. That's why his things were always small, so he could just run in, look like he's tough, but if you gave him 15 minutes, he'd be winded. And that's sort of how Beast would, just small pops.
Well, that's the problem. Like some actors know when to hang it up, like William Shatner, right? He's 92. He's had his day. He's a legend. He doesn't need to prove anything to anybody that gives a shit at this point. And he's like, I'm just gonna, hang back and be in retirement. And he does make himself known on his Twitter feeds and all that shit. But some actors just know when their time is up and it's time to just retire. And some actors don't. And it's like Picard. It's like, as much as I used to love Patrick Stewart in The Next Generation, because he is a damn Shakespearean trained actor that does know how to deliver his fucking lines. But I watched season 3 of Picard because people were saying it was better than the first 2 seasons, which I didn't. I didn't. It was crap.
Well, it's
I
on the
hate
level
to
of
say
just
it. It was
torture
crap.
it out.
And
Crap.
Picard and Patrick Stewart seems so feeble. He seems so old. It was kind of sad to watch, to be honest. It's like, hang it up, Patrick. Go enjoy your money. Go count your money and enjoy the last few years you got to breathe. Like, honestly, man, you don't need to prove anything to anybody.
The
Right. Well, I think
fucking
anyone with any logic
entirety of
sense,
fucking Picard is just a nightmare.
when
That
Picard
show
said,
should
"I'm
never
coming
have been
back, but I
made.
don't want to wear the uniform or do the stuff I'm known for," you already knew what you're gonna get. You know, it'd be like if they're like, "Hey, we're bringing back Batman," and Michael Keaton's like, "Well, I don't want the bat signal, and I don't want the costume or weapons. Can I like read a book or maybe talk about some modern politics that no one wants to hear?" As the reason they're watching the film is to escape reality.
Yeah, really, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
still
well,
talking about the
I
Flash,
have
which
heard
nobody cares
Patrick
about?
Stewart never actually liked Star Trek anyway. He was never a science fiction fan, so
Yeah,
to him, I think it was just a job, right?
yeah, because
Yeah.
Jason Franks, Riker, he actually is a jazz musician. So Riker he is sort of the character, and they wrote it to him. Whereas Picard is the direct opposite of his character. So obviously he's probably having a miserable time. Everyone else is like, I'm basically gonna play me. I'm like Eminem in 8 Mile, where there's no acting, and he has to work.
No, Picard was always
Eh,
like the egghead diplomat, right? He was like the opposite of Kirk,
Yeah.
and I think Riker was only there to like be a pseudo Kirk, because he
It's
was a little
like
bit Kirk-like at times.
it's like if you're a Star Trek fan, if you want to get like a real orgasm from an actor, you always need to listen to Avery Brooks talk about his time on Star Trek,
He was
because
a
he
good.
was really into it.
He was
And
really good
when
too. Like
when he talks about it, he's really, you know,
Cisco,
it's
I think, is the second best captain after Kirk. I prefer him over Picard actually,
Hey,
because
just back.
Cisco wasn't afraid to kick ass and make tough decisions, a lot
Yeah.
like Kirk,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
Welcome, Pickles. Welcome.
what is LDG here?
Yeah.
LDG,
Hey, LDG.
hello,
Hello.
lemon
And-
pie, hello.
And welcome, Scurvy. Welcome. He says almost everyone that cook is here.
Hey,
And
lemon.
then and Christina says hello. So thank you so much for the invite. Not a problem.
Oh, hey, Christine. Hello.
No, but Cisco was one of the best captains there, even if he committed war crimes there by gas.
For the uniform, that episode. By the way, which was a great episode, because they did that military command style because their communications broke down and Nog repeated all the commands. That is a really fucking amazing episode to watch. But yeah, the poisoning of the atmosphere, that was highly questionable morally. Like,
No,
this is
that started so many arguments there of whether or not
yeah,
right.
that was such a questionable decision. And yeah,
Hey, what are you drinking, Gil?
I've heard so many arguments about that.
It looks like coffee, but I think that's booze. Point up at him.
Well, Star Trek fans do love to debate about Star Trek in general and their favorite characters, often specifically. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
guess
why
it
does
Star
happen.
Trek's so
Does
fucking
happen.
awesome. That's why.
Well, that's one
Star Trek
reason Star
fans
Trek
love
is
Star
awesome.
Trek.
It's because we can
Yeah.
have discussions about it, right? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Like,
the only modern Star Trek flaw is they want to be Star Wars.
I think Star Wars, I don't know. I liked the first 3 films, and after that, I kind of lost
Yeah,
interest
everyone
because I think the prequels are kind of shit, and I think the modern ones are even worse.
Yeah, it's definitely going in a hole. In fact, the way modern Star Wars is set up, you have the new trilogy, right, with Snoke and them, and all their shows is this crack between trilogies where either everyone needs to die or go into hiding so that Snoke can happen. Like the Grogu movie they just announced, I'm like, how's it going to end? Are they going to end up on Dagobah so they can wait out Snoke? Like they're working in this territory where the stories don't go anywhere. Like Thrawn, who cares? Because obviously he has to dip. It's like Andor, not a bad series, but if I know he dies on a beach, what am I getting invested in here? Why don't I just go date girls at hospice?
That's the problem with a lot of franchises. There's nothing for the fans to care about anymore.
PvP, 1 second. The reason I never agreed with the idea that prequels are bad because We have war movies. We also know how they end, but they can be good. I mean, we have a Full Metal Jacket. We know how the Vietnam War ended. We
Oh
we
yeah.
have
Oh, and people don't get
knowing
Disney
the
Star Wars
ending
credit.
doesn't mean that there can't be a good story.
No.
But I was
I
really-
wasn't generalizing. I was talking specifically about the Star Wars prequels because I get your point totally, John. It's like, yes, I understand. I mean, I love stuff like Full Metal Jacket, and I was
Yeah.
actually a kid when Vietnam was actually happening, so
Yeah.
I'm totally aware of it. It's just for me, I watched the prequel Star Wars movies, and I just was not impressed with them. I mean, that's just the point I was making.
I don't think Disney Star Wars gets
yeah,
enough credit.
they
Like
kinda
Rogue
suck.
One, going back to war films and people
Rogue
dying.
One,
in the
I
Titanic.
actually
Yeah,
enjoyed
I
Rogue
was
One.
shocked they murdered everyone. I was like, wow. I mean, I assumed that they were going to leave things open to like make
Yeah.
more money, but it
And
was
they-
Space Titanic. I was like, that's amazing. In fact, people hate on Tarkin, but one, I was a baby in their first one, so I really didn't know the Hammer stuff and that actor, and I think it was good that he wasn't just a cameo; he was a legit role in the movie. I was like,
Right.
that's bold. And it's like Disney, their first film, made a bunch of efforts, and these arbitrary crybabies ruined it for us by being like, wah, wah, wah. And so all these bold moves went like, all right, I guess we're not going to make bold steps. We're just going to scoot back to what you like.
Oh, they don't want to take chances anymore most of the time. They're terrified of taking a risk, a lot of the Hollywood shit now. But I want to mention Rogue One for a second. I think that's one of the few recent Star Wars films that was actually, pretty good, because it's like they've got a strong central female character in that movie, and they kill her at the end of the movie. It's like,
right? Yeah, all of them died.
That was great. I love that.
In this film. In
That was
fact,
gutsy, right?
PvP,
Aquaman
once
All right, guys, just a sec. Welcome, Gap After Dark. Welcome.
Hey, Gap.
yeah, PvP. I don't want to entirely disagree. I wouldn't call Rogue One good. I would just call it not bad. Of all the Disney Star Wars movies, I think that one is not bad. I wouldn't call it good.
No, I would, but I mean that's fine.
I didn't think it was good, but it was the only one that's that I consider not
I
bad.
I just like some of the characters, John, like the blind, what was it, the blind ninja guy? I can't remember his fucking name, but I thought he was an interesting character. I thought it had some good character, and it tied in at the very end of the movie. If you remember, it tied into the beginning of the first film.
Yes.
Which I thought
like
was,
I said,
I thought was
not,
really a nice touch at the end of the film.
Not bad doesn't mean bad. I thought it was not bad. I didn't think it was good, but was watchable. Okay.
Well,
like
compared to the rest of the films.
like the Solo movie, I can cry about and I blame Red Letter Media for the Solo movie sucking, because it's like they listen to those guys like halfway, and there's a bunch of things that they listed that you'd want in a Solo film, and Hollywood kind of heard and made sure they weren't there. A good Solo film would have been him running from Boba Fett with Jabba the Hutt as a prime bad guy and all the Empire bounty hunters doing stuff. Instead, you got a weird story explaining his gun. And Hollywood loves to explain articles of clothing that don't matter as a story arc. Like Wolverine Origins, they explain his stupid jacket from the first film. No one cares about his jacket or where he got it from an old person. That's so dumb. In fact, I bet you, I could probably bet $1 million. Kraven the Hunter don't get the Lion Vest till the end of the film.
All right, can we catch up on chat real quick?
I
what
bet
are we
you,
talking about?
Melted Copper. Melted Copper, I bet you that Kraven the Hunter is going to have an international box office below 100 million.
All right.
I am $10 on it. If I'm wrong, I pay you $10. That Kraven the Hunter will have below 100 million in the international box office.
Oh, that's like, here's another thing. Even if the
Nobody
Spider-Man
will
film-
care about that movie.
Yeah, well, even if the Sony films didn't suck, making Spider-Man's villains pseudo-heroes makes me want them to be punched less. And if their purpose is to be villains that I want punched, I want them to be nice people. I don't want Venom being a hero. I don't want Craven to be a hero, and I don't want Morbius being a hero. And in the comics, he is kind of a hero, but you know what I mean? It deflates them being villains.
The funny thing is, I think we all know the story that there used to be an original cut of the first Venom movie before they reduced it from R rating to a PG-13 rating, and Tom Hardy complained they cut all his favorite lines. So there has to be a version out there.
That's like
All the good
Aquaman
lines
2,
are-
I heard in before they cut it down. I heard the baby died and stuff. Because I'll tell you what, I told you I like Rogue One. If Aquaman 2, the baby died and he lost his hand and it was like the Empire, that could have been a good movie, but they're afraid to. And that's what happens in the comics. He gets his hand cut off and he gets a spike. And since they're doing the 90s Aquaman, that's where they should have went with that.
All right, guys, let's catch up on chat real quick.
Go
Yes,
for
Scurvy
it.
here says, "Cool. Oops, I had a typo." The Mike is saying hello to Scurvy. They said, Copper here said, "I love the typo. You want to go out, but your roots are showing."
Yeah, you don't have to read mine. I'm in the chat.
And Mikey says, "We'll be starting after 9:30 p.m. ish." Okay, Mikey, if you want, you can put the link in the chat there. And Scurvy says, "Hey, Mikey." And Scurvy says, "As is often the case, I don't know what you mean, Copper."
Then you gotta be the
Yeah.
crazy one, and that's me.
Gap is saying hello to everyone here.
Hey, yeah.
I say hi to Gap. Then he's saying hi to Suzanne. And Mads Mikkelsen was in Rogue One too, guys. I have no idea who that was.
He's the guy
Yeah,
who made the
That's
Death
a
Star.
great fucking actor.
Hey, John, you want to read this one real quick?
Voldemort John.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been wondering about that too.
Mikey says he's done Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and the MCU with Doctor Strange. Okay. And Scurvy says, "Wow, you got PewDiePie on the panel. Whoever the hell that is."
PewDiePie?
PewDiePie? You don't know
What?
PewDiePie? That's like the Swedish
Thanks for
guy who is
that
like
guy.
ultra rich from YouTube.
And Gorilla, thank you for having me in. I'm headed to my stream. Take care. Have a good night, Mikey. And Gap says, "Later's, Mikey. Mikey, I'll pop over in a bit." Thanks. Then
Yeah.
Cody says, "Hey, Gap, let me in, Mikey."
I might pop in later too, Mikey.
All right, we're all caught up on the chat.
And Gorilla, Mads Mikkelsen is Hannibal from the Hannibal TV show, the Hannibal like TV show.
Hey, welcome to LDG.
LDG, holy shit! He got
There you go. What up, guys?
OT here.
Hey,
Hey,
Gorilla.
LD.
Thanks for streaming.
Yeah, no
Hi,
problem.
Oh,
Hi, LD.
sorry. I wish I. Hey, what's going on?
Wow,
Wish I had a little bit more energy, but today's been a rough day, guys. So I'm sorry. I was really hoping for some fun tonight.
Sorry to hear
But
that. Hey, LDG, your mic.
all
is
right. No, I'm
really-
good. I'm just exhausted.
Your mic is
LDG,
really
your
loud.
microphone
Like it's
is,
booming. It's
Is
it-
hurting my ears.
Is it
Oh,
loud?
yeah.
I can
Oh,
turn it down.
yeah.
I can turn it down.
it's
Just
not
can you turn it
loud,
down for me,
it
please?
has
If you could
It
turn it
has
down a
a-
little bit, that would be very much appreciated. Yeah.
There's that better.
Good. You
Is
got
it-
me.
Is that
Testing
better?
1, 2, 3.
It's still a bit
It has
loud,
a
actually, in my
weird
ears.
A little
but
bit more.
reverb on it.
There's
bit more.
Testing. Hopefully not blaring out. Hello.
That
Better.
sounds fine. Yeah.
It's still pretty
Okay.
loud, but it's better than it was because that was
There.
really booming.
How's this
Turn me
down?
down more. I'm sorry.
Is
I just
that
got
better?
new headphones.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
probably just about right now. Actually, that's much better.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it just had a weird reverb effect on it. That
It was pretty.
you know.
Yeah, it was pretty boomy. Yeah.
Yeah, I turned it all the way down to 28, so that must be a damn good mic.
Yeah, it is actually. I just finally replaced my headphones and I love these things. I freaking love them.
What
Yeah,
brand
that's-
did you
if
buy?
I'm gonna be a
What brand?
talking head, I need to work on getting a microphone.
What headphones did you
Are
get,
these-
LDG? Because I got to replace mine the next few months because they're starting to die on me.
They're Audi's Audi's nuts in your mouth. No, Audi's It's funny. It just came up with that on the fly. Mastery, or when I get back and I'll look at the name on the box, but they're Audis. That's the company.
Okay.
But they make these really cool 80-hour lifespan battery, awesome mic, Wi-Fi to like 100 feet. Freaking
Mhm.
beautiful,
80
comfortable.
hours. That's pretty good. 80
Oh, yeah.
hours, I gotta say.
Well, this company makes speakers without magnetic coils, which is interesting.
Wow.
So
Never
the
heard of that.
speakers on my head right now are
Wow.
planar magnetic. Yeah, some kind of ear warp drive
LDG.
speaker.
Hi. Hit like and subscribe.
Well, I hit subscribe quite some time ago, so I'm good there.
And
Oh,
yeah,
on the chat.
the,
Sorry, I'm drinking a lot, and I use that as an excuse to be an asshole.
and
Yeah.
LDG, don't be like these wankers with their avatars. Turn on your fucking camera like a real.
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
we're
I look
visual
like
media.
garbage
okay? This
right
is
now. I'm
old-time
so
radio.
I am literally exhausted right now. I look like the living dead. I bet.
If Z-list
and my
YouTubers
camera's gonna
usurp the
pick up.
popular crowd, we need to up our game in the visual medium. This ain't old-time radio, man. Come on, look. I got fake blood. I was going to the magic store with some flash powder, working sight gags.
If you start pulling out the fake blood on yourself, there, I'll be booting you.
Yeah, I know. I didn't pull it out.
When
It's like
in
so
doubt,
bizarre.
when in doubt, look at Melted Copper. You're never going to look worse than him.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can here.
Yeah, yes, you look at the Melted Copper. Easy.
All right, baby, we'll pull down. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Gorilla, you look fine.
But yeah, no, forgot what I was gonna say.
That happens a lot, it seems.
Yeah, no, if I use my camera now, I mean it's you saw how much better picture it has. I will look so much more like crap right now if I turn the camera on.
Well, I don't have a camera, so I can't turn anything on. At least not camera-wise.
Yeah.
Don't give me that low self-esteem crap. You're supposed to be revolutionizing the internet. Don't give me that low self-esteem crap.
Whoa.
What are you talking about? That was my Oscar performance.
Well, that's not saying much because the Oscars don't mean shit no more.
Well,
But
fucking
actually,
award shows
Melted
haven't
Copper-
meant shit in fucking decades, man.
Hey, because give me the nomination. Or all you have to do is give me the list of the nominations for the Oscars, and I can tell you who's going to win just by whether or not they're a person of color, or whether or not they're gay, lesbian, BT. If they're a color transgendered person, I guarantee they're going to be the winner. It's kind of like
the thing is, Gorilla.
Catfish. It's like picking the dog for those that Wimbledon dog contest. You know, just pick the ugliest dog, and you'll know it's going to be the winner.
Hey, can I do fire gags?
Okay, now you're finished.
Yeah, now I'm finished.
Because Americans always do these weird pauses where you think that they're done, but then they continue talking. It's hard to figure out. It's so hard to figure out.
Well, sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts.
Hey, Americans,
you do these weird pauses. You do these weird pauses. Anyway, my point is, I could never figure out the fucking Oscars. Every year it's some movie nobody's fucking ever heard about my entire lifetime. It's movies. Huh? What movie? Huh? I never even heard of that fucking movie. It's like once in 10 years, the Oscars are won by a movie I actually know it existed, and the other 9 out of 10 years, it's like, what?
Well, they used to give
movies. What is that?
They used to
Eh?
give Academy Awards to movies that were actually popular that millions of people went to watch and paid money to
No,
see them.
no, no,
They
no.
used to.
The exact opposite. They used to always give Academy Awards to weird stuff that
No,
nobody
no, no.
ever heard about. Look
They
at
do
the
now.
winners.
That's
No,
always been.
that was
No, no,
always
no.
like that.
No,
That
it
was
was no, it
literally
wasn't. It
always
wasn't.
like that.
No, it
Some
wasn't.
bizarre movies that are like considered
Ooh.
artistic. Like none of the popular movies ever won the best movie Academy Award.
Used to
It's
be big
always been
movies.
some weird movie about the plight of the black people in slavery, or the thing about I don't know. I think The Killing Fields did win an Oscar once. I don't know. I don't care. It's always some weird movie that wins the Oscar every year. Yeah, like Slumdog Millionaire. Who the fuck knew anything about Slumdog Millionaire before it won the Academy Award?
Yeah, well, that was one of the
And it's like,
fucking years when they started to award shit. But
no, it was
I'm talking
always
about
that. It
no.
was
I'm talking
always
about films in the 50s, 60s, 70s. They used to award fucking good films like The Godfather, for instance, back then, which a lot of
yes, The
people fucking love
Godfather.
that film because it's a
Uh,
classic.
uh,
Citizen
did
Kane. Come on,
did
they used to award good films for fuck's sakes. It's only
did
been the last 20
Star
years or
Wars?
so where they award shit all the time.
No, listen to me. Did Star Wars win an Academy Award? Did E.T. win an
They hate
Academy Award?
sci-fi,
Did
John.
The
Anybody
Goonies
Anybody that pays
win?
attention knows the Academy has always hated science fiction. I'm amazed that Lord of the Rings won a fucking Oscar that one year because that was very fucking rare. 'Cause they never
Yeah, but
award. They
look,
never award. They never award sci-fi and horror and fantasy films. Rarely. The Academy hates them.
PvP, we are not actually disagreeing. We are just not properly aligning. But they never award the really popular ones. They award the artistic ones.
No, they've awarded pop. Take a look at the last century of Academy Award-winning films, and I'm sure there are many on there that were very, very big at the box office. If you want to read it, just take a look. That's all I'm saying.
I'm talking about my lifetime. I'm 41 years old.
Well,
and every year every year I hear about the Academy Awards, and the winner for Best Movie has always been something like I never even knew it existed.
Well, you should check out history because there's a lot of great shit in the past, and there's a lot of the best movies that were made before I was even born. And I've watched them, and I love a lot of them because they are fucking great.
By the way, I did like Slumdog Millionaire. That's actually a cool movie. But yeah, a lot of Academy Award winning movies are just stuff I never heard about before. Not the popular movies at the time, like 1996 Independence Day was the biggest movie ever, and obviously it didn't win any awards because it was a stupid movie. Everybody knows it was a stupid as fuck movie, but it was
also sci-fi.
Entertaining as fuck.
The Academy hates science fiction. They always have.
Yeah, they like their sappy drama. That's actually my point, which I'm trying to get through to you. They like their sappy drama, and I like movies that are.
Now, if you want to talk films from the last 20 or 30 years, I totally agree with you, John. There's been a lot of shitty films that have won the awards over the last couple of decades. I totally get that. But I'm talking about earlier decades. They used to actually award good films at one time.
Yeah, I think we have different definitions of good films because I'm such a big science fiction fan. Because that's
No. But the thing is,
to
the
me,
Academy.
science fiction movies are always the best movies that exist.
I love science fiction too, but the trouble is the Academy Awards do not. They've always looked down there
Yeah.
and looked at genre films. They always have.
And that's what I
Take a
said.
look. How many science fiction films have ever won a Best Picture Oscar?
That's what I was saying a
None.
minute ago. That's what I was saying a minute ago. We're not actually disagreeing. We're just not properly aligning.
Well, I think we just have different perspectives because I'm older than
Yes,
you are. So
exactly.
my viewpoint is
Exactly.
different than yours, John.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean by not properly aligning. I think that science fiction movies are the best movies.
I love it's my favorite
but-
genre too,
yeah.
but the Academy does not respect science
Yeah,
fiction, unfortunately.
exactly. Yeah, that's why
They
I think
really don't.
that, the Academy Awards are shit because they don't award the right movies.
Well, it's like the Grammy Awards for music. I mean, I can't think of a band oh my God.
Fuck.
I can't think of any really great band I've actually enjoyed that the Grammys ever get a fucking award to. It's like it's crap, right? It's
Yeah.
award shows are a joke, basically, guys. I mean, they really are.
They really are, yes.
Hey PvP, I finally got the video, the new video there
Oh,
for
no.
for the ratings there.
Oh shit!
You guys want
Okay.
me to pop it up?
Fuck yeah!
Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, I gotta say that's pretty top quality, Gorilla. That's excellent. Yeah. That's pretty much perfect. That does sum up your streams very well too.
Yeah.
Actually, Gorilla, you haven't said anything provocative so far.
Yeah, it's just these two guys.
Oh come on! Well, that's because I don't have. That's because I'm not calling Aaron a dominatrix.
Oh yeah. Well, how about that, John having that sock for Ma Walton? Yeah, but that's a different discussion.
Yeah.
I still
well,
think
we
you
do
should
have-
you should do a rated F intro too eventually, Gorilla, because that would be nice.
Well, it's on his fans only.
That was good though. That was very good.
Yeah.
You're going to use that often, I hope.
Yeah, I'll be using it there. I'm gonna get rid of that. I might be getting rid of that 30-second countdown down there.
Yeah, the 30-second countdown.
No,
does
we
kinda
don't
suck,
want to
doesn't
see
it?
that.
All right, we got a lot of chats to catch up here. There's a lot of saying hi there, and Cody said lots of bass. Cool. And Gap here says now I can hear LDG, but now PvP is can't hear.
What?
Well,
I'm loud.
I adjusted it a little bit, but he's been quiet now. Scurvy here says a formal poll. I am debating between wine and beer. Go with beer.
I'd go with beer. Wine gives me a headache, man.
Yeah. Melted Copper drinks. Yep. And Scurvy here says PvP. I can't turn anything on.
I have no idea what the fuck I was talking about then.
And he says, "Hey, self-depreciating humor is great." Oh, that's good. You're talking about your camera, not having a camera.
That's it. I can't turn a camera on that doesn't exist. Exactly.
Yeah. The Gap
Thanks,
says beer.
Gorilla, for refreshing my memory cells because fuck, my memory's bad.
Yeah, Gap here says beer before liquor, never been sicker. Liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Yeah, I'd like some liquor too, but she said no.
Well, there is that old joke: is how does a woman hold her liquor? By the ears.
Gap
I
says
don't-
Westminster is
I've
the
never
dog
heard
show.
that one.
It's the dog show. Yeah, with that Westminster dog show, just pick the ugliest dog. I guarantee you that's going to be the winner. Because a
Yeah,
lot of
that's-
times it's a fucking poodle.
That's a weird show, isn't it? Like I've watched highlights of that, and it's like, really? They put this much into like picking the best dog? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
The dog show is proof that humans shouldn't mess with gene pools. For example, let's face it, wiener dogs might look cute, but those are some tortured creatures thanks to mankind's meddling.
Well, only in the northern states there when you get after get about 6 inches of snow.
Oh, that's when they're really.
What
that's
you're
when
saying-
they're
no,
really
you say
tortured.
northern. What I say is dirty Yankees. These dirty Yankees done messing things up. They don't appreciate NASCAR, and they got some wacky, wishy-washy ideas.
Yeah. Well, what you gotta do is mix a bulldog and a Shih Tzu together, just so you can call it a bullshit.
Oh, I love this game because you can get a bullshit or a doc shit, a German shit,
Lord.
a pug shit.
And apparently,
Cool
Gap
shit.
won an Oscar. Cool. I didn't know you won an Oscar, Gap.
Okay, what did you win it for, Gap? We need to know that detail now.
Oh, I won an Oscar Mayer toy mobile.
I won
That's
an Oscar,
Oscar.
but it was a
He
kidnapping
has the
raffle, and it was
He
a
has the
kidnapping
Oscar
raffle.
Mayer wiener. He has the
Oscar-
Oscar Mayer wiener.
Oscar Mayer.
If
Yeah.
you mix it with a Pokemon, do you get a Pika shit?
I don't want to peek at shit. And Scurvy here says, Gap, yes, but if I go beer, it will be only beer tonight. And Scurvy also says, listen to that guy. He has 111 million subs. Yeah. And Gap says, Melted John Gill is a red shirt.
Melted John Gill. Gaps melted me and melted together.
Yeah. And Scurvy here says PvP is slowly turning into Tony Soprano.
Okay, I need an explanation for that statement because I don't know how the hell in any way Tony Soprano and I have anything in common.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Gap says,
I don't get
it.
and John, you want to read this comment?
I have never seen that movie actually. I know
Oh.
that the Joker was in it.
Yeah, John Gill likes Brokeback Mountain. Did you hear they're actually making a sequel to that movie?
I wouldn't
Oh,
be
and it's gonna be
surprised.
bad.
don't
It's gonna
have
be a
a-
musical.
Yeah, they're making a sequel. It's about two lesbians there. It's called Brokeback Valley.
Ah!
I don't give a fuck. Melted Copper is just constantly escalating his ways of looking like Charles Manson.
And Gap here says, or Scurvy here says, Melton has donned a pink hoodie. Beer is
Oh my
more
God.
funny.
What is it back? I just dropped it off. I didn't put my clothes back on.
PvP was alive during the silent film period.
No.
It's like, and
I'm not that fucking. I'm not like 110 years old for fuck's sakes. Come on. God.
Yeah.
I like being old, okay? Like, in fact, the older I get, the funnier I feel like things are getting.
Well, I'd rather be old than dead. So those are the
Well,
two
I don't know if I
options,
agree with
right?
that one.
So, you know.
Yeah. And let's see. Gap says, "Is that Manson Monroe melted copper?"
Manson Monroe. There's an interesting combo.
And
Monroe's
Scurvy
my
here
middle
says,
name.
yeah, Scurvy says because you started cursing, it sounded ticked off talking about movies with John Gill PvP.
See, that's
That's
my
why he's
middle
talking
name.
about Tony Soprano.
I do that, but it's not like I'm turning into Tony. It's like, come on. And I wasn't really, getting pissed off with John. I was just like having a discussion that we didn't have the same
disagreeing.
viewpoint. There's a difference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
We're disagreeing, but
and welcome Wesley Curley the second. Ooh, look at the silly frog heads. Oh well.
Has Wesley ever been on a stream of yours before, girl?
I don't think so.
I don't recognize him. Welcome, Wesley.
Yeah, and Scurvy here says PvP. It's a joke, bud.
I know. You
Yeah.
always joke around with me. I know, Lemon. I know you. I know you all too well.
Yeah. So
I don't fight. I'm a really friendly person. I'm so friendly. I'm so nice.
hey, he's telling us we're all number one.
You are a nice son of a.
I'm so nice.
Yeah.
I'm a good friendly guy. Everybody knows that.
No fucking ice. You kidding me? Sorry. Damn it. Oh,
Come on here.
just want
Misha.
some ice.
Here.
It's so hard to ask for some
Come.
ice.
Hey. Come here. Here.
So,
Here. Come.
oh, you're talking to your cat?
No, not a cat.
Oh, you want me to
Here.
go grab the dogs? Do dogs equal cuter ratings? Because I got my pooches.
Come here. Come.
This is like
Misha.
like Scrooge with Bill
Yeah.
Murray. You know, cats are watching TV now. Get a staple gun and put some antlers on these rats.
Come. Here. Here. No.
Your dog's not listening to you very well.
Fuck. Heavy. Come on.
That's a big dog.
You're such a heavy dog.
No, it looks heavy because it's
Oh,
huge.
so heavy. Hmm?
My dogs are reflective of me. They're both fucked up hairy monsters.
So is that a Doberman, John? I'm guessing.
No,
I-
it's a Labrador mix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like quite like any dog I've ever seen, actually.
Yeah, she's a mix, and I think her parents were mixes too.
Oh, that would explain it then. Yeah.
And yeah, she's almost 15, so her
Ooh,
she's very white in the front.
she's getting up there in doggy years then.
Yeah.
Still looks like she's pretty healthy though, you know.
Oh yeah, both my dogs are 30. Like,
30? Holy crap.
well,
That's
they're not
old for
30. I
dogs.
guess actually, technically they're like 15, both of them.
Misha. I
They're
know
almost legal
this
to
is
drink.
annoying. I know you're annoyed when I pick you up, you poor dog.
I'm getting used to
No,
the delay in the real chat.
I know that annoyed face you're making.
Hey, my notebook thing doesn't bug you guys when I'm silent to kind of still be a part of the show.
Well, sometimes it's very hard to read. It's because it's too.
Yeah, I'm working on putting that in the
Putting
camera
it
lens.
down.
In fact, I was looking for a Sharpie. Usually I like a nice plastic pencil because cartoons is more my thing. But now that I'm like, wait, I can post things, which works out when I'm muted to be a character.
Actually, a
Okay.
Sharpie would be much better to read.
Yeah,
Nelson.
because that's because almost I was doing like multiple loops, and I'm like, this makes me look like I'm either insane or a shitty artist. But
One
no.
second, I need to give her a treat.
I mean, well, I'm not saying I'm not insane, but I don't want it to be a highlight of my art.
The thing is, though, it's like when you use like a pencil or whatever. It's like those homeless guys that like to crash out in front of the local,
Yeah, it's like that
mall.
here. That's how I make money. I hang out at stop signs and I collect change out people's cars when they're at work.
Yeah, but the thing is, they write these on cardboard signs, right, with a pencil, and it's totally illegible. You can't read a fucking word they wrote because you can't see it. If they use a Sharpie, you'd fucking be able to at least read it. But they write it out in fucking pencil, and you can't see it. And half the time it's getting dark, and you have no chance of seeing anything at that point. And they're like, give me your money, but hey, guy, if you want my money, invest in a Sharpie so I can read your fucking message at least.
Exactly. They sell Sharpies at the Walgreens where you got your booze, you homeless bum. Actually, sometimes they try to be mean spirited. But like one time, I was like, and obviously I'm drinking on your stream, so me being an alcoholic, it's a thing. So I'm at a gas station. I'm like hungover as fuck. I just want my cancer pack and I want to leave. And some homeless guys look at me and I'm like, dude, I'm grumpy. Please leave me alone. This dude literally follows me to my car. I'm like, dude, I politely told you I'm grumpy. And the more you sit here, things are going to get more articulate if you didn't understand the word grumpy.
Yeah, homeless people. I mean, it's not like I know. There's probably a few that are there from bad circumstances, But I think a lot of them are there from bad life choices, personally. And
Right, yeah, because I see it this way too. Because look, I don't want to sound like a jerk. People have bad situations; they end up in places that happens. But sometimes
No.
when you're like 50 and you have no friends by this time, you're probably a horrible person. Okay,
you're probably
like
an asshole.
I'm an
How many
abrasive person.
how many friends do you have?
Hey, you calm down, okay? I don't have any. I got my sister's stuff.
I'm perfectly calm. I asked you a question because you said it.
I'll never forget the time I was putting gas in my car, and this guy walks up
Oh,
to
God,
me
that was
and he
actually
says,
all right.
"Hey man, can you spare a quarter?" And I'm thinking, a fucking quarter? Are you kidding me? It's like, at least ask me for a fucking dollar to even make it worth
Oh,
my time, right?
right.
It's like,
Oh, this is
no,
horrible. There
I
was a
don't
guy,
have
this
any
is real.
change, man. I can pay
There
with
was a
my
guy.
card.
His cardboard sign was like, "I need money for heart surgery," which is fine. Okay, I get that. But then he's like, "Hey, man," and I told him I didn't have money, and he saw that I was smoking because I'm a dirty smoker. He's like, "Well, can I have a cigarette?" I'm like, "You need heart surgery, and you want me to give you a cigarette? Isn't that how you got where you're at?"
I'm guessing he probably didn't need heart surgery, but he wanted a cigarette badly.
Oh yeah, I mean, I cracked up and gave him grief, but I gave him actually like 3 cigarettes because it was fun.
Hey, my favorite one was there was a couple that was out begging out from some building up there in the cities and that. The thing is, they look at their shoes and they had like $500 pair of shoes on.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I love one time a homeless guy, well, supposedly homeless, probably not. He walked
Right.
up to me and wanted like a couple of bucks. And I look at his jacket, I look at his pants, and this guy's wearing like $200 worth of fucking clothes, 100 times better than what I'm wearing, right? And I'm driving like a 30-year-old fucking car. And he's like, it's like, dude, no, you don't need the fucking money, obviously, because you've already spent it on your fucking wardrobe, buddy. You know.
So you got wait, that's a European thing. You got gypsies in America?
Oh man, the worst
Because
is one time
that's
I met a
how
homeless
gypsies
couple, and I don't
operate.
have a girlfriend, and I'm like, "Who are you begging money? At least someone fucking loves you." I'm sitting here with some dogs, and if they had hands, I'm sure they'd open the door and run off.
Do you know the
Oh, man.
PvP? Do you know the story of gypsies in Europe?
Oh, I've heard a
How
lot
they
about
turn,
gypsies. That's kind
how
of
they turn
legendary shit. Yeah.
begging into a business. It's so weird.
I've heard a
They
lot
have
of
like
pretty sketchy things about gypsies over the years. Yeah, John.
they
Yeah.
have like their kids, and they all look like starving, and they're
Oh, yeah.
obviously not, because it's a business. They are running a fucking business.
No, I've read a lot of stuff
begging
about.
business,
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff about that. Yeah, I'm aware of it.
and it's weird. And you know,
Sometimes we
it's
all talk.
it's on one hand considered racist, and on the other hand, it's a real thing that exists. So
That's the problem, right? When it's reality, it's just like you're just calling what it is. You're calling out
yeah,
what it actually is, right? And it's not like you're trying to be racist or prejudicial. It's
yeah,
just like
exactly.
you're addressing the facts of the world, right? So
Well, it sounds mean,
Yeah,
but stereotypes happen for a reason, okay? And it's not no one observed things formed the stereotype.
Racist would be to say that everybody of that ethnicity is doing it, and there are like gypsy people who are like living normally, and
well, it's like
stuff
if you
like
said
that.
all
But
gypsies did that might be
exactly,
prejudicial because I'm sure
yeah,
some don't. There's probably
yeah,
gypsies that have a job and are perfectly nice folks,
yeah,
right?
exactly. I've
You
actually
calm
met
down, you lying
people
asshole.
who have that ethnicity, and who are just normal people. But
It's just like if I said a certain group of people were all great at basketball or tap dancing, I'd be very racist, right?
You would, but then there's these
No.
Hispanic guys. who
Why
just
would
fucking-
you be
wouldn't.
Now they're
racist
popular.
towards Tony
I'm
Danza
tired of-
being great at tap dancing? Tony Danza. Why do you hate white people, PvP?
We need some more
for
tap dancing,
Tony
actually.
Danza. tap
Hey,
dancing.
listen, if there's one thing hockey's got, it's hockey, because they got hockey.
Love. Yeah, I do appreciate hockey as a Canadian. I mean, of course, it's like part of you have to like hockey if you're in Canada. Well, you don't, but I'm making this a joke. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
First of
assuming
all,
all of
to
the-
hey, there's another
Yeah.
kitty cat.
Hey,
Hey.
this guy's being an attention whore. He wants some attention.
Looks like
Yeah, when he
he's
does that,
enjoying
he
it,
looks like
too.
a ferret.
Oh man, that,
It's
I might
a
do
fat
that.
ass. He's my fat
Do you
I
ass
give
remember-
my
dad.
dog babies, but I don't give them good haircuts. Mostly because I tried to cut their hair once when I was drinking, and I guess that my bad. And now they don't like haircuts.
Do you
Can't explain.
remember?
You didn't
few minutes
accidentally
ago-
neuter them when you were giving their haircut, did you, Melton?
No, but I'm
That
getting
might be
them
why
out
they
of
don't like
Buffalo.
haircuts.
Actually, this sounds like a warped thing. Actually, my doggy Ebenezer, he is uncut, and he's getting old. And I was like, would it be rude to like get like a female dog to make puppies and then get rid of the female dog just to keep Ebby around?
Well, you probably give them some joy in those later years, anyway. You know,
Then he might end
Right.
up like old Red.
I'd say get a female dog and let him go for it. Like, what the hell? Like, you gotta,
Oh, I
have
joke too
some fun.
because I know because it's dark humor. Sorry. But I was gonna, when I thought about this idea too, because I was like, well, I'm just gonna do one puppy set. I'll have one puppy. Maybe I'll sell or give the puppies away. But I joke because I was like, if we do this, we have to put a propeller blade on my garage and refer to it as the puppy mill.
Oh, Jesus.
That's like actually, I got a team of feral cats that live under my porch and in my garage. And I let them be because I'm like, listen, if they're wild and killing mice, that's less mice in my house. So you guys take up that space and I'll pretend you're not there.
Cats are good for that. At least they will keep the mouse population, in control. So, yeah.
And PvP, don't call him Jesus, call him Charlie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What?
The other live stream, they were on top of calling me Charlie. Wait, I want to get mute. Can I put an X here or would that like get me cut?
Well, just don't put a certain other
Just
symbol on
paint
your
on there.
forehead.
well,
'Cause
yeah.
you will look a little too much like Charlie if you do that.
Is hurting our German friends' feelings.
You would probably definitely get Gorilla's channel in trouble if you put a certain symbol on your forehead.
Do that
Yeah,
on
yeah.
swastika.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's why Captain America removed them.
You better ask
Because they're
Gorilla
illegal in
first
his
before you do
country.
anything.
In his country, that's illegal. That's why Captain America fought Hydra, and there are next to no Nazis in the World War II film.
Is it still illegal, John? There, I'm guessing it is, but I'm not 100%
It is.
certain.
Yeah,
they
like
actually,
X-Men First Class also did the same thing where X-Men First Class, they made
I
it
know,
where that the only time it appears is on the coin so they can edit it out for the Germans, which is fine. I understand why, but it sort of shaves down the cinematic experience for the Americans.
Well, the history I
mean,
understand.
it
It was
Star Trek,
illegal a
the-
long time, right?
the Star Trek episode, which I got my screen
Patterns of
name
Force?
from, yes, was banned until 2004.
Yeah, long
Hey,
time.
Hey, John, can you fact check something for me?
What?
John, can you fact check something for me? Is it true it's illegal to name your kid Adolf in Germany?
No, that's not illegal. Nobody does that.
I
Because
think
why
it would
would
be
you
illegal.
would
Would it
What
be
if
an
it's the full
extreme- It
name?
would be an extremely bad taste, I'm guessing.
It's not
John-
illegal. It's,
If you want your kid to
John-
be beat up a lot on the school grounds, just name him that, right?
yeah.
Oh, I can think of worse. Hey, I can think of worse things to name your kid.
You
not
wanna
in
tell us?
Well, my last name is Caps, and I was going to name my kid Andy so that everyone would call him Handicaps and make fun of him his whole life.
Oh no! Oh God, no!
In Germany, nobody would name their kid that.
I'm guessing Adolf is not a name you hear very well. If you were like guys maybe like 90, you might hear it, but I'm guessing no younger Germans would ever have that
Well,
name.
I just someone told I can't remember
No.
who told me, but someone told me it's illegal to name your kid that in Germany.
No, it's not illegal. It's just nobody would ever do that. Because
The
come
weird thing about
on.
Europe is, you know, they have a thing called a Royale with cheese instead of a quarter pounder.
Well, I
They don't know
remember.
what the metric system is.
Someone made the joke that Burger King got rid of the third pounder or the 1/3 pounder because they thought thought it was smaller than a quarter pounder.
No, that's McDonald's. Burger King don't have a pounder thing. Come on, man. Know your dirty burger joints. Burger King
Well,
has
we
a
only
lot.
got a Burger King in the town I work in. The town I actually live in, we don't even have fast food.
Hey, you might be lucky. We have
So
Actually, I probably shouldn't out myself on this. I live in Joliet, Illinois, and there's a Rax, and I'm told on the internet Rax doesn't exist. So I always go there because I feel like it's some sort of glitch of the Matrix. It's basically like a generic Arby's that failed, except for in my town.
Ah, big guy is.
well, that should perk up LDG's ears there because he's a big Matrix fan. His absolute favorite Matrix movie is Matrix 4.
That's
Yes,
so weird. I saw the first
Oh.
one.
He's not even
Wait,
listening.
wait, let's talk
Yeah.
about how much LDG loves Matrix regurgitation. What was it called?
Y'all can go fuck yourself. You know that, right?
Matrix
you all go-
regurgitation.
Y'all can go suck a fat one, right? You know that, right?
Movie
First one.
Hey, for that to happen there, I need a few drinks because I'm easy, but I'm not free.
Hey, you guys should be drinking.
Says the guy
Yeah,
pouring a drink.
Matrix
calm down. I'm the
regurgitation.
example of what not to do.
I watched that movie, and the whole time I thought that why does this exist? Why did this happen? Why? I was on a stream with LDG and Londell, I think, talking about it. Why does this fucking movie exist? Who thought this was a good idea? Who came up with the fucking crap idea to make this fucking crap movie? Oh, that was so insane.
Well, I got LDG to actually watch it there. I just thought he was going to sit through the first 3 films and then skip the 4th one, but nope, he came through the 4th one.
Yeah, I think I saw the first one, which I felt was an open close movie, and I think I saw 2 and 3.
Yeah, only a movie that leaves the human race still in slavery is called an open close movie.
Matrix 4 was just yeah, that was the one time I think I was on a Mr. Lundell stream with LDG that we talked about how did that movie, who thought that was a good idea? Who thought that anything about that was a good idea?
Well, she did it on purpose. It's quite obvious.
Yeah, like an attempt.
Warner Brothers forced her hand and threatened her. And she said, well, if you're going to fucking go over my head, I'll make the movie. But guess what? I'll make sure you never make another one.
Yeah, that definitely is never going to happen. Oh, that was
She fucked up a beautiful franchise.
What a disaster. I mean, Last Jedi is nothing compared to that.
I mean, Matrix is basically the Star Wars of computer nerds.
Yeah.
That was our fucking Star Wars. Okay, I don't care what you say. Matrix was our freaking Star Wars. My opinion. But
first Matrix was just fucking amazing. And LDG.
But
You've
the fact that nobody got the movie, that's what I love about it.
LDG, you've probably never seen the movie 23. I don't even know if there's a dubbed version. I don't know if there's just a subtitle version or if there's a dubbed version. 23 is a German movie about one of the first German hackers from the 80s. That is an amazing movie. You gotta see that one day. It's just called 23. It's about the guy who hacked into American networks in the 80s and sold information to the Russians. It's based on a true story. It's based on a true story. A German hacker from the 80s who hacked into American computers and sold the information to the Russians.
Yeah, there's a movie called 23 with Jim Carrey, and he's obsessed with a number. It's during his trying to be a
that's different.
Well, yeah,
That's a good
different.
movie. I like that movie. Yeah, just different movie.
That's kind of like actually Tetris film is more interesting than you'd think a Tetris film would be.
But yeah, the German movie, I don't know if it's on any streaming platform. Let me just Google that. If it can be watched anywhere.
I think the most recent film I saw was Bill and Ted, the new one. It was on YouTube, actually.
Oh, that was horrible.
Bill and Ted Pays the Music. Well, I saw it for free. So
that.
Some films you don't walk in
that
with
was
a decent amount of hope.
painful.
So what was the name of the hacker, John? Do you have an actual name for this dude? Because I might remember him if he has a name.
Karl Koch. And it's on Apple TV. It's on Apple TV, I think. Apple TV and Amazon Prime.
Because I do remember a hacker selling a lot of shit to Russia, but I can't place a name to it.
Karl Koch, and it was in the 80s. Like mid to late 80s.
That's long enough ago for me to forget.
Sure it wasn't Swinging Cock?
What?
Was he sure his name wasn't Swinging Cock? Swinging. Am I saying his name right? Swinging Cock? No? Okay.
No.
Just asking. Nobody got that, really? Swinging Cock. Okay, never mind. Damn, it's dead. I know how to kill a room.
I'm really going to try not to overtalk people because I know I can be an eccentric character. So, you know.
Yeah, and I was responding to something real quick.
LDG is so good at many things, but humor is not his strength.
He's good as me. I'm a jack of all, master of none.
Exactly.
Well, I got permission to put an X on my head, but let me drink a little more before I get there. Oh man, because actually, I'll say my notebook that I was showing, I thought about getting some puppets and various backdrops since I guess I might be a talking head in some chats.
Jesus fucking Christ, this is fucking annoying. Everything takes permissions. There, finally, I can post it in the
comedy.
Fucking
I'm actually
chat.
quite new.
There.
I'm not sure if it'll pop up
in the chat.
Because Gil, I don't know if you're a mod.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not anything. I've never been anything.
So I'll check see if it showed up here on the thing.
Yeah, the chats aren't growing too much. I mean, we got Lemon Pie, Pop Culture. I think he might even be on the panel. And Gab After Dark. I don't know if he's still around.
Jap is still here. Usually he says bye if he does leave.
Yeah, I missed.
But
I'm not even too.
I miss Pup.
Thank you for letting me on your show, but I'm figuring this chatty world. That's even like, what's the? I guess there's an offline gang of virtual people hanging out. I mean to join it. I think I appeared once off of a guy named Bird. A lot of you guys come from Bird. Yeah, Bird.
Oh,
I joined Bird, and then suddenly there's like 10 different people that are now like in my subs that I regularly talk to, and I didn't know that I'd be friends around the world.
Well, everybody knows that the bird is a word. The bird.
Oh,
The bird.
you
Oh,
got
hey,
Bird
Pup.
is a word.
And for a guy hyped up on energy drinks, he seems a
Gap.
little slow, but I appreciate it. In fact, gauging my comment section and his reading is a little rough. Because sometimes, you know, when you're on a live chat and you're in the comment section, you'll say things that guys are talking about, but by the time they read your comment, they forgot what they were saying, and they act like you're the idiot or delusional or making stuff up. And you're like, dude, I referenced something you said 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
hey,
Yeah,
hey,
that's-
Gil,
yeah.
put something in the chat so that you can post links. Here,
What?
just put something like hi or something in the chat so I can make you a mod so you can post links.
You know, Rammstein, oh, he'd know this
Right.
because he's a German. Rammstein has a song called Links.
But I did post a link.
What is Rammstein like
What
in
are you
actual
trying to
German?
say?
Just put something in the chat like hi in the comments on YouTube. You can't post links unless you're a mod. And I thought Gap was already a mod. He must have been on his previous channel before he got nuked.
I
All right, muscles are
wrote a
done.
message.
There, now you're mods, so
Gotta
now
find-
now the links will start posting if you do. So, yeah, because if you're just a regular if you don't have a wrench, they don't let you post links. That's prevent people from posting like all their
Spamming,
sex
okay,
pod links.
yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah. I should actually just post that link to LDG on Facebook because it's a movie that LDG would really be interested in. That I am
And that's that
convinced.
movie 23 you're talking about.
It's about a hacker from the 80s.
Okay.
It's a really good German movie, but it's German, so you have to do subtitles. But
Oh,
but
yeah, I
it's
think
a
that-
really great movie.
that might violate my review rules. There for Saturdays.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I hate subtitles too. Like when I watch Japanese movies or Korean movies, I don't generally enjoy reading subtitles. So I understand why people don't like German movies reading subtitles, because I'm not a subtitle fan either. But some German movies are really good.
Say hi, Abby.
I think your dog needs a haircut there, Melted.
So do I. We are spirit kin. All right, Ebenezer, you can go. Besides, pet time was fucking 20 minutes ago. I didn't want to be your friend anyways.
Ugh.
Almost look like Buck from El Bundy.
Actually, I found my dog the night the Cubs won the World Series at like 2 a.m, and he was like a homeless dog, and I nearly hit him with my car, and I thought he was a skunk. And I was heading to work, though I told work if the Cubs win, I'm calling off. But I was still gonna make it because I'm a greedy fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm heading to work. And this little dog, I nearly hit him. And I saw him in my rear view, nearly hit again. I was like, "That's a little dog. We should turn back." I was like, I gotta go to work. I need money. I was like, oh, fine, fuck, we'll turn around. And he ran right to me. He didn't have a collar. So then I popped back up my house. At the time, I had a roommate. He's like, what are you doing back? I was like, dude, the Cubs won the World Series, and I found a fucking puppy. He's like, what? So I was like, I don't, it happens.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if you're a
Melted
baseball
Copper,
fan. I'm not.
you had a job. That's the most surprising thing.
Yeah, actually, I've been jobless for about a year now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back on.
Me
on
too,
track.
actually. Me too, actually.
Well, I
so-
referenced this in Teague and a couple things. Like I said, my mom just passed, and I didn't take it well. I mean, I shouldn't use my inheritance to be a dirtbag. I'm working on it, but sometimes you gotta figure yourself out before you get back to reality.
I was there
Because
too.
of-
I was there too, Melted Copper. My mom passed 7 years ago, and I was pretty fucked up for a couple years. And
Yeah.
luckily, I had some family that helped me out, and they kept me afloat. And I did have some insurance money to keep me going
Yeah,
for a while.
yeah, and those are numbers you didn't even think that would be a thing
Oh, yeah.
until they hit you. And you're like, what?
But it's
Because like even as I cry, like I don't give a shit if my mom was a multimillionaire. I would rather have a mom than multi-million-dollars.
Yeah, it's hard to lose a mom if you're
It's-
close to her, which I was. And yeah, I feel your pain, man. I totally get where you're coming from.
Well, and everyone's gonna go
it's a tough
through it.
fucking thing, you know?
Because and I mean I sort of have some religious idea, which it's fine that God is creepy and mystic. Because if you knew the ending, why do the game? So it makes sense. But yeah, I'm getting
All right.
over it. In fact, if I wasn't in winter, I'd probably already be in because I tentatively gonna get a warehouse gig because I'm not
Yeah.
here and social. But if I'm just making money, I really don't want to deal with like emotional issues and stuff. I want to kind of do a function, be left alone, take your money, and then move on.
Yeah, it's good
The
to try and
thing
get your
is,
head
the thing
clear your
is,
thoughts. Yeah.
Melted Copper is that I remember because I had all the numbers that when you work, at least over here in Europe, you pay so much fucking money into unemployment insurance. So why wouldn't you take it when you lose your job? You paid for it. You literally paid loads of your paycheck for this. And I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to take it all back. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
I
funny
don't
you say it,
feel
'cause this is
guilty.
time for-
That's
this
why
is
I
time
don't
for fun.
feel guilty about being unemployed, because I paid a fuckload of my paycheck into unemployment insurance.
Oh, I'm not a lazy bastard. Actually,
Give it to
I got a
me.
paper route when I was 15. I used to collect money off people as a child, and they would rip me off, and I'd have to pay for their paper. So I'm not working is weird to me. Oh man,
Well, the thing is,
you're down in the
the-
US. So back in the day, there was a thing called papers, and they'd hire kids. But now, why let kids have jobs to get an idea of being an adult when you could make retarded people that tattoo their faces? But at the time, my lifetime, I had a job as a kid, so I'm used to like making money. I even worked in a bowling alley at one point. I was what's called a pin boy, and that's even before I hit working age.
All right, let's catch up on chat real
Anyway,
quick. I got a
one
couple chats I want to
second,
read.
let me respond to a couple first. The thing is that being on YouTube, I actually consider that working, because we could potentially make money from doing this.
Yeah, I got to work on my channel. If you look at my channel, I definitely look like a stroke victim. You know.
Yeah,
In fact,
me
even
too.
now-
But we could potentially. But yeah,
I'm becoming a
catch
pundit
one chat.
now, I guess, in a bunch of different people's circles. So, which I'm working on my ability of being a gracious guest and talking head in the theater of video.
Yes.
All right, Gap, you
correct.
said 23. Two computer hackers, August Deal and Fabian Bush, begin to explore government databases, but have trouble dealing with the consequences. So that sounds
It's a
like an
great
interesting
movie.
film.
That's a great
Maybe-
movie. I've been trying to say that.
Yeah, maybe we could maybe I can find an English version.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Pop.
there's only a subtitle version.
Yeah.
I like
Hey.
subtitles sometimes. Like Jabba the Hutt, Last of the Mohicans. Like I
Oh.
do like moments of different languages.
Okay. I do not mind if it's the occasional they put someone speaks another language and they put a subtitle up, but I do not want to read an entire movie there because if I I happen to just step away for a second or I look away or something, then all of a sudden it seems like I missed something.
Yeah,
But
Gorilla,
Pop
that's
doesn't
why-
mind subtitles, and
That's why I
PvP says
never
he
watched-
doesn't either.
That's
Oh,
why
you
I
know
would
what?
never
The
watch
subtitle thing
Gorilla
is like
Minus
why I
One.
was a big fan of Nintendo's Wii. Because I'm jobless now, but as a guy who had a job, I don't want to leap and fight my fucking TV. Okay, sometimes I want to sit and just do a controller. I mean, come on, man. You don't want to get off work and be up there being like. In fact, even more annoying with the Wii, I tried the boxing game and I'm like, this piece of shit. I'm throwing more punches than the machine is letting acknowledge that I've punched.
I have no idea what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
and I
right
shouldn't
now.
gloat about punching. I mean, punching is wrong, guys. You just shouldn't want punch. I mean, it's fun, but you shouldn't do that.
Does anybody understand what Melted Copper is talking about right now?
Talk about the Wii. It was a console with like motion
Yes,
sensors.
I know what a Wii is.
Okay.
Wow. I think you
I
missed what
used to
your
play
reference was.
bowling on it.
Yes, there was bowling on it too. It was the Wii nunchucks. Well, you know what's cool about Nintendo? I mean, I know I started crying about Nintendo is they have enough money that they can explore different ideas of technology without hitting much of a loss.
That's not because they have money. That's because they figured out how to sell shit to people.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah. And welcome
Hi.
to the panel,
Well, a little bit
Christine.
of a lot of that, but
How you guys doing?
Oh,
Melted,
we're good.
Melted
my God,
Copper
no,
right
I-
now
we
is like
can't.
me last night.
We can't have a lady.
can't
We don't
make
need
any
estrogen in our man chat.
Hi, Christine.
Aw,
Welcome.
Copper.
Yeah,
Welcome.
get some
I'm not
Taco
like
Bell
a
out of here.
regular girl. I'm a nerd girl.
Nerd girls
Hey,
are
I
cool.
wouldn't kind of say that.
I like nerd girls.
I'm gonna cry now. I like Copper.
Nobody
don't
likes
Copper
Copper.
like
Christine's
me.
feelings.
You need
Oh,
to
no, I like
cry
your terms.
because
Okay.
nobody likes Copper.
I know that I like weird people. I'm weird.
We do
I
all
am
like
becoming the-
Charles Manson, who is on this chat today.
Hey, listen, Charles Manson didn't kill anyone. He was basically just a drunk guy at a party, and then other people did stuff. So really, he was just an eccentric mind, and other people carried it out, and he got the blame. Okay, it'd be like
Well,
stick with us. If I said you guys should
I-
murder people, and then I went to bed, and you guys murdered people, and then I went to jail for what you guys did.
I believe he did drive his followers out to the Tate Mansion to have them all murdered, and he probably gave them the knives to commit it with. So I think Charles was kind of an accessory by association, at the very
Right?
least.
Oh yeah. You know what's actually weird
He
about Charles?
also
is he
cut
actually-
a guy's ear off with a caddy.
Manson was not a nice man. Let's face it. Like fuck Charles
Oh
Manson.
no, I'm not defending that.
Rotten hell,
someday.
Charles. That's what I say.
Wait, PvP.
Yeah, only
Don't
defense
fuck
of him is
people
satire
who aren't
land. I don't
nice.
want anyone to construe that because sometimes sarcasm you gotta let people know you're being funny. Well, you know, this is like because I live in Illinois.
I don't know.
In Illinois, now I know you don't hate gay people, but where I come from, Dahmer and Gacy ate people. I'm just saying, you know, like I'm not saying all gay people eat people, but it's a possibility.
All of my knowledge is about Star Trek, so I don't really know anything about Manson.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I referenced Dahmer. I love my serial killers. It's the whiteness in me.
The
Yeah,
less you know about
I
Manson,
should-
probably the better.
I should have
quit
known
talking.
you'd love serial killers or they're Copper just by looking at you.
Actually, okay.
This might be a racist joke, but I often say if a white person kills you, you're probably going to be eaten and turned into a lamp. Whereas if a black guy kills you, they're probably just going to take your wallet.
So, let's go through the whole history of.
You didn't finish the chats either, there, Gorilla. By the way, buddy.
Oh,
Jeffrey Dahmer, growing up,
Pop culture,
cutting
Pleasant Valley, I said hi.
You still got one on the screen here.
yeah. PvP said
I like that.
Kurosawa,
He makes some
Japanese
historic
film.
references.
Kurosawa, Japanese
Yeah,
director.
as well as Federico Fellini's films.
Fellini.
Yeah, Christine, you'll do just fine. We all had to start out somewhere.
Yeah, you got to hang in there, Christine. It's not always not always pretty, but we usually can figure it out eventually.
Yeah. Then Cap says Melton was scared of Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
I love
Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, actually, Mr. Rogers isn't just a good human. He's so good that you're like, that guy can't be real.
He was actually too good to believe, wasn't he? Yeah.
Another
Hey, welcome, Pete. How's it going?
Hi, I'm doing good. I had kind of an
Tegan,
epic
hey,
day.
Sorry about the.
What's going on, Copper?
Hey,
What?
I'm doing
No.
all right. I'm learning this I guess I'm becoming a talking head in a bunch of channels, Teague.
You're allowed
feel
to
the
talk
same
to
way.
other YouTubers. Hi. It's nice to see everybody. I had kind of an epic day. Hey, LDG. Wow, everybody's
Yeah,
here.
Teague actually was on like an
No,
8-hour
LDG
chat.
is not here.
Yeah.
He's
Hello, Christine. Hi.
talking.
Nice to see you. I had a pretty epic day. I went on for it was 7 and change.
Oh yeah, and he was making a big deal about Pike's giant quarters.
We watched some Strange New Worlds. We watched 2 real Star Trek episodes. We watched like a scene of Strange New Worlds to show how stupid their ship was. We watched the Echo fight scene. Oh my god, was that ever fucking horrible.
Oh,
That was terrible.
By the way, Teague, I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to say that tomorrow I'll be doing another TNG stream, a semi-open stream that is like everybody I know who asks, I'll send them the link. It's not open
Hey,
to
John.
strangers, but just to people I know. We
John,
put your link
in the
we
chat.
are talking. We will be talking about the Klingon Duras arc on TNG.
Oh, I love TNG.
What time? Because I'm doing something at 8 p.m.
midnight
Eastern.
my
But
time and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's like a 5 p.m. Midwestern time.
I'll come on
So
for a while.
afternoon in America. Afternoon, early evening in America.
Hey,
I put
Gil,
my
do you listen to
Twitter in the
Unsigned
private
Roll?
chat.
What? You both talked at the
Okay,
same time.
pop culture. See you later.
Oh, sorry. Farewell.
I don't know why pop culture said that.
Later,
but
pop
okay.
culture.
I don't know either.
Hey, Gap After Dark.
Oh,
Hello.
this flavor.
And Gap,
Greetings,
you're
Gap
also
After Dark.
Kangaroo. And apparently Melted is cheating on Teague.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
technically,
you're allowed.
Steve was
You're
going
allowed
live
to
during
say.
Bird stream, okay? So I had to juggle, like, I want to say hi, but then it's like, Bird's what introduced me to all of you lunatics, so
Well,
I
he
was
was-
like, I can't.
He had been on for a really long time and was about to finish up, and I was at my regular scheduled time. So I actually waited a little longer. I try not to have too much overstream, but like even the guys in Pop Culture Minefield who are really nice to me, I have to overstream them sometimes. So I overstream them all night
Fine.
tonight.
Even when I appeared on your channel, I was kind of like, don't tell people we're in another chat. And then when Bird got out, I was like, I'm back. But I did hit you a like, because I'm trying to, like, well, I mostly, this is a thing you doctor in your channel, but
Oh, are you talking today? Oh, I overstreamed everyone today. Sometimes people just want to go on and have their day. I do it every once in a while when pop culture when Comic Relief Crusader's not feeling well or can't do his show, I'll do his show from my show, and I'll switch to his topics, and then I'll go back to my topics to end it up for Doomcock.
Yeah, I'm learning
LDG,
Facebook.
LDG, are you there?
We are sort
Where
of
do
like
I
the,
know Teak?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where do
What's
I
up?
know? Where do I know Teak from? I have seen that name before.
probably from
Where
Bird
do I
Stream.
Been
know?
That's how I
on
know him.
Birds. He's been on. He's been a few others.
You may
Other
know me from
channels.
such shows as Doomcock and other notables. I was on Nerdtorial last night.
I unsubscribed Doomcock 2 years ago.
I saw that,
because
actually.
He's just
Yeah,
so
I haven't really
fucking.
watched Doomcock for like
Oh,
a
it-
few.
He's a fucking.
Yeah, I thought the
moron. He's
the
dumbest
Nerdtorial
watch
thing went real
Nerdtorial.
well.
on YouTube.
I love
I mean, I don't
Nerdtorial.
hate
He's so
Doomcock.
nice.
Nerdrotic and some of these guys, but he's in
Yeah.
that bin of like people that are what I call arbitrary criers, and it's fine. That's how they make money. But there's only so many
Yeah.
videos I need to hear that Disney's dead again, where I'm like, all right, tell me what you like, okay? Like,
Isn't it-
I get it. There's things that you don't like. Obviously, you've made that clear, but now I have no gauge of what you like that you're upset about.
Isn't it fucking
First of all,
amazing? It's amazing,
Milton,
isn't it, Copper?
Nerdrotic,
That Disney's
um,
been dying for
who's
years.
talking?
Hey, Gil, let
Gorilla,
PvP talk. He hasn't got anything to say for. He hasn't been
I
able to say
started
anything for a while.
first.
Well, you
Let
can do what I
PvP
do: grab a notebook and write.
Yeah,
It's
PvP. What were you
amazing.
saying?
Well, I was just going to say it's amazing these channels have been telling us Disney is dying for years and years and years and years, and yet Disney's still cranking out shitty movies. So
Well,
they
yeah,
obviously
because
haven't died yet.
these people, listen, Disney isn't stupid, and you can actually, because I care about
Yeah, they are.
money.
And
Bob
Disney is
Iger even
stupid because they
referenced
don't
the
give a
idea
fuck
of the
about their
long-term
customers.
projection of money. So you can make these films that look bad, but if you can bank on these people who arbitrarily cry, eventually everyone else will check what they're crying about. So you're gonna make your money. So like,
No,
these
it's not.
logic
It's
so
not
you don't
working
have to
that way
see it,
anymore.
people,
No,
they're
no,
the
no.
ones ruining media.
The theaters are fucking empty. They're not making money. They're getting money from the fucking people that want to promote
See, you're not looking in the you're not seeing the world in time.
It would be
Well, see,
BlackRock and
PvP
Vanguard.
They're getting it.
That's what I say, girl.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
you got that right.
PvP's kind of right. In a sense. Listen, everyone's kind of right here. The thing is, Disney has been dying for a long time. They'll probably be around for a while longer, and they might stay around in the form of theme parks, but they're probably going to lose their entertainment arm. If they keep it, it'll be much smaller. And they had a lot to start dying off from. Disney stock was $383 only like 4 or 5 years ago. This is all because of the streaming shit, and since COVID. They're still blaming COVID, and we can see the numbers. Okay, it's ever since Disney Plus started, they've been a mess.
John,
The
what
thing
were you
is-
gonna say? Oh,
Go
I
ahead,
was
yeah.
gonna say, what, John? What were you gonna say now?
Can we get some order, Gorilla? You're the host.
Yeah,
can we
well, I
get
think
some
I'm
order?
trying to get order here. That's why I was asking. What were you gonna say now? Because I gave PvP his chance. or
Yeah,
not?
I'll
What you-
just make a quick comment. I'm probably one of the older people on the panel, and as a kid in the '60s, I mean, I saw films like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Mary Poppins, like all that great shit back in the day, and that was when Disney actually gave a fuck, and they made great movies to fucking entertain an audience, and the theaters were fucking packed. Like I saw those films, there wasn't an empty seat. People were paying their hard-earned cash to go and watch Disney movies back then because they were fucking awesome. That's not the truth anymore. That's not what happens anymore. Disney just makes garbage that nobody cares about, nobody wants to fucking watch, nobody goes. The theaters are fucking empty here. And it's like, what the fuck happened to fucking... If Walt was alive, he'd be kicking some fucking major ass. I think Walt would go fucking ballistic if he knew what happened to his fucking company. I'm done. That's my
All right,
rant. That's my rant for the night.
All I could say about Disney is that when they bought Doctor Who, I was sad, and I've never been a fan of Disney. I'm a big Bugs Bunny fan all the way.
I like Bugs Bunny.
All right, John, were you gonna add something?
like I said many times in the past, the get woke, go broke thing isn't entirely true. I don't think Disney will ever go broke. They will lay off a lot of people and reduce the size of their company. They're obviously struggling because of the things they're doing. And I unlike a lot of famous YouTubers, I don't think it's entirely the political thing. It's also the decrease in quality of their products. That no matter what your political beliefs are, their movies are getting worse, and their TV shows are getting worse, and you
The
don't need
question
to
is,
be. You don't need to be a politically conservative or a right wing or a Trump supporter to think that Disney movies suck.
mm, the
Everybody
que-
thinks Disney movies suck.
my question is, John,
It's
is
universal.
why are the movies getting worse and why do they suck? Because there's got to be a reason.
The thing is, as me, a guy who is I'm kind of similar to Critical Drinker, that I've written novels and short stories and written scripts. Writing is if I think about my idol, my personal idol, Michael Piller from Star Trek: The Next Generation, there's a certain style of writing that focuses on the character that you want to do, giving your character a specific starting point, a specific journey, and a specific ending point. And for some reason, these young people nowadays, these Gen Z people, they don't get the concept that you need to give your characters a starting point, a journey, and an ending point. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck they are teaching at colleges these days, but
Well, I think classic literature always had that, right, John? It was like you had the the so-called hero's journey, which
yeah, a
I'm
starting point, a
yeah,
journey, and an ending. Yeah,
yeah, I'm
exactly.
referencing Joseph
That's
Campbell here,
writing.
but it's like it was the hero's journey, and that's what made characters fucking awesome, right? And that's
Yeah,
why we cared about them. We loved them because they were like us. They had a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that's what made them
exactly.
believable.
That is the thing, and I don't get why these people who are calling themselves writers nowadays, they don't get the basic principle of writing.
I think a
And
lot of these young writers that never had any life experience.
and
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
we're talking about Disney, but I mean, my biggest problem, of course, me as a big Star Trek fan, is Star Trek Discovery, which the writing of that is abysmal. It's Star Trek Discovery.
I watched 3 episodes and I almost died. It was
All right.
so bad.
Just
I
a second,
watched.
everybody. Welcome, Jim's Landscaping. Welcome,
I
welcome.
mean,
Hey, Jim.
Star Trek Discovery is just
Painful?
it's a nightmare. It's a
I'll say about
total fucking nightmare.
Discovery
It's
is
it's
written
awful.
for action fans, in my opinion. At the first season, anyway, is definitely more catered toward action fans, trying to pull in people that are not traditional Star Trek fans.
If I may interrupt you, I'm a fan of Independence Day, and even the action in Star Trek Discovery is just fucking horrible.
Hey, Independence Day, gotta love that.
I watched the first
I love
episode.
Independence Day, and all the action in Star Trek Discovery
I
is
fell
horrible.
asleep halfway through the first episode of Discovery. That's how much action there was for
Star
me.
Trek, Star Trek
It didn't do
Discovery
it for
when
me, Christine.
Star Trek Discovery when they have action, the CGI ships just sort of sit at a distance from each other, firing at each other without moving.
Well, it's like
And
the CGI is god
all the
awful, as are
CGI
the fucking
all-
lighting in the fucking series. It's god awfully dark. I hated it.
All the
It-
CGI
yeah,
in
that's
Star Trek
true.
Discovery looks blurry. It looks like crap.
Nightgap.
Everything looks like fucking
It's
crap,
crap,
on
yeah.
that show.
It's crap.
All right, guys, just a sec. Have a good night there, Gap.
Good
All
night,
right.
Yeah,
Gal.
good night, Cap.
And by the way, Copper is actually shaving online on a live stream, which I find fascinating because I don't think I've never seen anybody actually shave themselves on a live stream before.
Yeah,
So I gotta say, that's a first. That's a Gorilla. You are host to a very first occurrence on any live stream, at least in my memory.
Well, most people wouldn't do that on a live
I
stream.
unmuted myself to say, I guess. Do you guys want me to play with the mustache a little bit before I shave it? I mean, not to offend my German friend, but I can do the J. Jonah Jameson mustache.
As long as you're just shaving your face melted, I'm good with it.
You know, you introduced a new idea because I can get. Wait, are you talking my head? I mean, because I have
No,
quite
I
the
didn't. Oh
detail.
God, I didn't want to give
How
you
far we go
ideas.
with
Oh
the
shit.
shaving? I got legs I can shave for you guys.
No.
No, if as soon as I see a leg, I'm booting. I already got my
stick
remove
with
ready.
the face. The face is good. The face is good.
It's 2024 and people need some variety. Okay, hey, it's not gay. Everyone has a butt, dude.
Yeah, we
No,
don't want to
the
see you
funny-
shaving it.
The funny thing is that Melted Copper says he doesn't want to offend his German friend, but he's only shaving because I said the Charles Manson thing.
Oh my God! I gotta say, this is one of the most entertaining streams I've ever been on, guys.
Okay,
Well,
he's
it's a fun way.
He's going to send his family to kill me now.
Oh, did I
What?
accidentally mute him? Oh, he muted himself. Okay.
Jim says
Nah, that's just Melted Copper doing his.
Jim's
acting
got a
performance.
comment about shaving off beards online.
Okay, I didn't know that, Jim. Sorry.
And Jim here says, PvP, I shaved off my beard live 3 times once a year in springtime.
Well, I guess I missed that. Maybe I wasn't in the community at that time. I don't know. But I was not aware of that. But hey, that's cool,
Cool.
Jim.
Culture Casino got a major haircut. I saw him today. He was like all well groomed, but with his beard seems to have gotten 4 times huger.
Oh shit!
Who is that?
Now we got two.
wait.
We got two blades going to once here. Oh my goodness, this is getting intense.
Now you're
No,
gonna hurt
that's
yourself,
fall.
Copper.
Yeah, don't cut yourself, Copper, because those razors can, you don't want to, do them in the wrong way, because you could definitely get bleeding there, dude.
Oh, they're safety blades.
Hey, I got safety blades and I've slashed my face once or twice and got a good amount of blood. So you got to be careful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Safety,
Those
whatever. It's a blade.
Well, those cheap razors are cheap for a reason, right? So,
Okay, that just looks like someone splooged on his face.
Oh no!
Someone splooged right on his face there.
Oh jeez. Okay, this is getting kind of weird now.
Yeah,
This is getting very weird.
I can boot it. Think it's too creepy. I'll boot.
Okay, Melta, just keep shaving, and we don't want to see you spewing stuff out of your mouth, really, dude. Like,
Yeah.
not the highlight of my weekend.
Come on, don't be boring, PvP. Let
So-
him do his thing.
Y'all
not
were
boring,
talking
I
about
just-
Disney.
I just want to be revolted.
being
No,
dead.
nobody's talking
There's
about
a point of
Disney.
taking something too
Nobody
far.
cares about Disney.
Hey, the first couple of times were fun, but after that, it's like I don't need to keep seeing it, right? So that's only my point. No
Same
shit.
thing about Disney. Why would anybody talk about Disney?
No, I
Fuck
mean,
that. Fuck
y'all were
that
talking about it
subject,
being
with-
dead. And
yes,
I was
and it's dead, and it's gone. That's
okay. I'm not really talking about Disney. If I could finish my sentence, you'll get what I'm trying to ask. So I was watching some lives earlier, and there was another streamer trying to say Star Trek is dead.
Yes.
Do you think Star Trek is dead?
Well,
Everybody.
It's
No.
Probably.
Coma.
Probably.
Prodigy
I'll,
was
let,
pretty.
I'll let everybody
Oh my.
talk over each other, and then I will comment later, Christine.
Okay.
All right, I don't think it's dead because Prodigy is like my kid really enjoys that. I know a lot of kids enjoy that, and Lower Decks can be pretty entertaining. And I've been enjoying Strange New Worlds. The other two were crap, but
I have
Wow,
issues with
you
the
suck.
Strange New Worlds. Like
Gorilla-
deep
You suck.
issues with Strange New Worlds.
Gorilla
But
never admit
wait,
that's
hold-
a gel, Gorilla.
I just want to say the
If you
problem I
want
have
to
with
live,
the
I'll
problem
tell
I
you
have
right
with
to their
them.
face.
The problem I have with them doing Prodigy is not that they can't do a licensing to somebody to do a kids show. It's that Alex Kurtzman is such an evil piece of shit and such a loser that the supposedly unaffiliated Lower Deck show got crossed over to very profane, fucked up adult lesbian fucking propaganda show, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And that was the worst episode of Lower Decks. Now imagine what's going to happen if Prodigy goes back into production and they cross that over with something as fucked up as Strange New Worlds. You want to have your kid watch that, some of that stuff, or some of the stuff we see on Discovery. You know, I'd be a little concerned about the Star Trek people making any kids content. I don't trust them. They're so sketch. They're sketch as Disney.
Is it
remember
my
when we
turn
had
now?
TOS
Is
and
it?
you could put your kids in front of the TV back then, and you had no concerns that they see some god awful weird shit.
As long as your kid's
I-
about 6, they're gonna
I
understand
miss
it
those.
too.
I miss those fucking days so much. And it's like, yeah, it's like if I had kids, which I don't, I would never put them in front of the fucking TV at all these days because there's so much shit going on. It's ridiculous.
You can't.
If you had kids that have their phone locked in on Pornhub, come on, we know it.
I mean, I would let put.
Hey,
I
don't
would
be
put
shaving
them
your
in front of
chest out.
Prodigy,
No.
but
Oh, that's just I'm just kidding
I
around.
want to see chest shaving.
Oh yeah, the neck
Oh.
shaving is a little too dangerous.
I think he
it
must
looks
have
like something it's
accidentally.
not.
He accidentally cut his throat and he's dead now because he's gone.
No, I don't want to see.
Don't talk about that.
When is
Don't
it my
talk
turn to
about
talk?
that.
Hello, everybody. Star Trek ended with the Demons and Terra Prime two-parter. There was no Star Trek
Yeah.
after that.
The
There
Jonathan
was
Frakes
the
episode
name.
of Enterprise can be disregarded. I agree.
There was stuff made that the name Star Trek was put on, but no Star Trek was made after Demons and Terra Prime, and that's the whole story. There literally is no Star Trek exists after the ending two-parter of Enterprise.
And there's no next generation after All Good Things because their movies are garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
All the next generation movies are total fucking garbage. I hate them.
Yeah. I mean, First Contact is fun as an action movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
kind of sucks as a story, but it's fun to watch.
I think First Contact is the only Next Generation movie that I actually can enjoy because it is a good
It is-
action flick with the Borg. The
Yeah,
Borg
It's an
thing's
okay
not-
action flick.
But
It's
but the
basically a
story
fucking
is
action
good.
flick, though. Basically,
I
It
think
doesn't
it's
happen.
stupid.
It's a dream. But yes.
It's
I-
Picard
stupid.
Picard
that
dies
film.
in the Nexus, man. He never gets out. Whoopi Goldberg tells him he can't get out of the Nexus. In the movie, she lays out the rules and she says you can't leave. And if you think you're going to leave, you'll just think you'll leave. And if that's what you want to do, it'll tell you that. And he's like, well, then I want to leave. And then he thinks he leaves. Like she laid out rules that were too rigid. And also she said, you can't be there and in the Nexus at the same time, but she is. And she said that you can't go into the Nexus in a ship, but that's how she got there.
You
So-
don't want to get me started on Generations.
Generations is such a mess, I think
How
that it-
many things are wrong about Generations?
I think it negates their other movies.
how many things are wrong about Generations? First of all, Patrick Stewart and William Shatner had zero chemistry, even though in interviews said
Zero.
they were such good friends, but they had absolutely
None.
zero chemistry on screen. And
Patrick Stewart almost disappeared in front of them.
Sense. The story made no fucking
That
sense.
story sucked. The story sucked. It
I did like
absolutely sucked.
seeing the Enterprise B. As a Star Trek nerd, I did like seeing the Enterprise B. So that is the one positive thing about that movie. Everything else, I wish I had never seen it.
So you guys think that the people trying to write Star Trek now are not really trying to write what Gene's vision was? Is that
There
what
are a
you're
bunch
saying?
of people who went to school to try to write Law and Order SVU and didn't get the job, and now they're making Star Trek into a crime show. There's always a mystery. There's always some kind of crime. We had a couple of legal issues this year on Strange New Worlds. These people just know that the most enduring form of TV is the detective show. So they're trying to apply it to Star Trek because they're really, really lazy, and they're Lost affiliated. And Lost used that detective show thing where they tried to say that there was this mystery about this island, and they could never solve it, and they could never write an ending to anything. So they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
First of all, this is a discussion I had with, most of you probably know him, Salty Tracker a lot, that Star Trek is not the vision of Gene Roddenberry. If you count the number of years, Star Trek is mostly the vision of my personal idol, Michael Piller, because he worked on it for so many years, controlling the writing on Star Trek. And
yeah, but as long as they kept the writing chain stayed the people Gene Roddenberry hired and people hired by them, the quality stayed fairly high. In fact, Enterprise is a better show than Deep Space Nine or Voyager.
The question I actually have is not
1 second.
who
I need to pick,
worked on
take
Star
that
Trek longer doesn't make a difference. It was Gene's idea at the very beginning, and the writers were trying to put out what Gene had as an idea. So if people think that no writers are even looking at that and they're not even trying to bring in anything from Gene's original vision, then that's what I want to know.
Yes, somebody can come up with an idea, but other people can develop that idea. An idea is
right, and if they're not doing that anymore,
they're not doing it anymore.
Okay, that's what I need to know. Thank you.
I feel they're not doing it anymore. It has nothing to do with Gene Roddenberry at all anymore. They said a 25% difference for the licensing. It's now 125% different. You'll never mistake this for real Star Trek. It's garbage.
The thing is, Gene passed away during Next Generation, right? Partway through the series.
He hired the writers who finished it, though.
No, but I get that
Yes.
take. But Gene had the vision, and the vision kind of started to die when he died. Unfortunately, rest his.
I think
his
that
soul.
Enterprise is a better show than Voyager and Deep Space Nine. They improved. They improved. Those writers got better.
One at a time, please.
Well, I can't finish my thought. If I could, I would.
Let PvP finish his thought, please.
I think Deep Space Nine is my second favorite series after the original series, TOS, which I will always love. It's probably my favorite show of all time. I love that show so much. Kirk, Spock, McCoy, you can't go wrong there. But Deep Space Nine has people fuck with it. They say, oh, it's shit. Whatever. It has a lot of shitty episodes, but it also has a lot of fucking awesome episodes. And what sells me on Deep Space Nine is the characters. You have great characters, and that's why I love that show over Next Generation. As good as Next Generation was, and had a lot of great episodes too, I think the characters in DS9 are actually a little bit better than a Next Generation, at least for me. And Enterprise was worthy too. It was a good show. I mean, it's not at the top of my list. I put it above Voyager. The Voyager was a low point for me. Like, I never could get into Voyager. even though it did have good episodes as well. But Janeway just killed it for me. I just could not get into the Janeway character. And Kate Mulgrew, I mean, as I've said before, her voice is like fingernails on a chalkboard to my ears. I just can't stand the woman's voice, so that didn't help. But ever since then, ever since Enterprise ended, we got the JJ movies, and it was all like downhill shit after that, right? I mean, the people writing fucking Trek now have no fucking clue about what real Star Trek is. That's the end of my rant, I guess, basically. Fuck, you know.
Yeah, so Enterprise is a better show than Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
No,
That's all I have to say. I feel Enterprise is just. I think that Gene's
All right,
writing.
hey, Gorilla.
I think the guys that were hired by Gene were doing better after a little while than they were at first. There's some janky episodes of Deep Space Nine.
man.
There's some janky episodes of Voyager. There's some janky episodes of Voyager that are really cringe, and Deep Space Nine that are cringe. There are more bad episodes. There are more bad
All right,
episodes
seriously,
of Deep
guys.
Space Nine. There are more bad episodes of Deep Space Nine than there are episodes of Enterprise at all.
All right, LDG, what
All
were you
right,
saying?
real quick. I'm just trying to say I gotta lay down, man. You guys
All
have
right.
fun. Sorry, I'll be
You wanna
listening.
plug yourself
Take,
real quick?
take care.
LDG,
Robin?
have a
All right,
good
wait.
sleep.
Yeah,
You
I'm
sound
just.
like you need a good rest,
I need
buddy.
to pass out.
Yeah,
All right.
please
Yeah,
do.
freethenet.org/underground. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Take care.
Have a good night,
Have
LDG.
a good rest, man.
Later,
Love you
guys.
too.
Bye,
Good
chat.
night.
Very good night. And now I have the opportunity to talk. There were so many wrong things with what PvP said. First of
thank you.
all,
I love being wrong. That's my whole.
Hey,
part
we're
of
all
Big
entitled
Test.
to our opinions. We're all entitled to our own
First,
opinions.
Gorilla, you were the one insisting on not interrupting, and now you're interrupting.
Did you ever
me.
notice,
So,
Gorilla? I never say
come
anybody is
on,
wrong.
What the fuck? Let me
I ne-
talk for one.
I never say
fucking
anybody's
second.
wrong if they differ in my opinion.
Hello.
Anyway, go ahead, John, because I know you
Hello.
obviously want to.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Let me talk for one fucking second.
I just got rid of my beard, but I would have
You
capitalized on the
you
TV
gotta
portion.
have patience on the live stream, otherwise I would have left a while ago.
I had patience with you when you were talking for like 1 billion hours and never stopped.
A billion hours, that's a long fucking
Yes,
time.
yes, a billion
Come on,
fucking
PvP.
hours.
Don't taunt the
All right,
guy. Let him just get it out
All
of
right,
his
let's
system and
not
make his
argue.
point.
Let's not argue.
So, first of all, I agree with you that Enterprise was great. Second of all, it wasn't just Gene Roddenberry. You should never undervalue the role that Michael Piller had on the vision of Star Trek, because Michael Piller was the head of the writers' room for most of the Berman era of TNG, DS9, Voyager, and when did he die? I don't remember if he had any influence on Enterprise, but he was head of the writers' room for like 12 years, and he developed a lot of the general ideas of Star Trek. And I don't know if you've seen the Blu-ray extras of TNG, but Michael Piller really had a big impact on what Star Trek in our modern age is. And the thing we are not going to disagree with is that the shit that Secret Hideout is putting out has nothing to do with that anymore. It's just nasty, evil, hateful crap. It's just, it doesn't matter if it's Discovery or Picard or Lower Decks. I don't know why people like Lower Decks. It's just fucking references and
I fucking hate that show.
hating Star Trek. Everything about Lower Decks is about hating Star Trek. It's about making fun of Star Trek. It's a show for people who hate Star Trek. No Star Trek fan likes Lower Decks. Anybody who likes Lower Decks is not a Star Trek fan. And if they call themselves Star Trek fans, they can go fuck off because that show is about hating Star Trek.
So seriously,
Well,
I can.
Making
So you're
fun
telling me
of
to.
Star Trek. That show is such total shit.
So you're telling me that fuck off because I like the parody of Star Trek called Lower Decks.
It's about making fun of Star Trek for people who hate
No,
Star Trek. Yes.
No, they're just having fun with the source material.
There's no fun about it. It's hateful. It's just.
Well, that's
Well, you know what? I'm not too sure that anyone's wrong here because while the show might be subversive and hateful, I understand that they did make a left turn in the middle of their first season and try to correct it. It's still not a very good show, but it's the best new Trek show.
Well, but if
It's
you can't
also
laugh
no,
at yourself,
it's not good in any way because it's also fucking annoying because all the characters scream all the time. They can't talk normally. It's all they can't even talk normally. They just scream all
Futurama's a
the
lot
time.
better. It's obviously just one little piece of Futurama.
I'd like to make a comment whenever
Every
it's
character
possible, Gorilla.
screams all the time. It's annoying as fuck. No functioning human being can enjoy that garbage.
All right,
It's
what
so
were you gonna say,
bad.
PvP?
It's the worst TV
agree
show
to
ever
disagree.
made.
That's all I can
It's
say.
the
I completely
worst
disagree.
TV show ever made.
All right, PvP, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just going to quickly add that there is a channel I actually watch regularly. I've discovered lately, and the guy does fucking fantastic reviews. He's doing the original series right now of TOS, and he's just loving it. He's loving Kirk and Spock and Bones, and he totally gets how great the show is. And this guy does very thoughtful reviews because they're usually around 50 minutes long. So he'll spend a good time watching the actual episode, and then he'll spend 20 minutes, dissecting it and talking about it and analyzing it. And the guy is totally into fucking real Star Trek. So I got to respect the guy. But he does also do the cartoon one you were talking about earlier, right? And Lower Decks. And he likes that one too. And it's like, go fucking figure, right? I mean, I don't get where the guy's coming from because he likes a show that I don't think I would ever like. But I do respect the guy for, going back to the fucking origin and fucking watching the fucking real Trek. And he's totally loving it. Like he's going, fuck, Kirk fucking rocks. It's like, man, this guy has fucking balls. He's a big fucking TOS fan at this point. And he's only in like maybe about halfway through season 1. So it's like, shit, man. Go figure. I mean, it's not all fucking black and white. It's not all cut and dried. That's basically my point, Gorilla.
That is the thing, PvP, that if you like a Lower Decks or Strange New Worlds or whatever crap, I'm not going to hate you or disown you or cut contact with you. Everybody likes what they like. We are all different people, but I personally hate that shit.
I try not to even.
I hate that shit.
I haven't watched
Hate
Lower
is,
Decks, but I think it's probably bad as most. Anyway, sorry, Christine. Go ahead, please.
I mean, people here keep saying the word hate, and in my opinion, hate comes from fear. And I try not to use the word hate unless there's a really good reason, like somebody killed somebody and they meant to kill them out of a hurtful purpose. That deserves hate. But like a person writing a movie does not deserve hate, okay? That's my
I disagree.
Yeah,
Hitler wrote a movie. Come on.
So hate comes from fear.
I get what you're saying, Christine. Hate doesn't
we
just
shouldn't
come from
fear
fear. It
certain
also comes
things?
from ignorance, if I may finish my sentence. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Keep going, PvP.
I'm done. Go ahead, Teague. Talk all you want to, because you often do. So go for it.
Fuck you for saying that, man. You know what? He was speaking, and I stopped immediately, and he had to tell me to stop speaking so that he could say I had nothing to say. Maybe you're a little drunk, bro. Maybe you should have a glass of water, a cup of coffee.
Fuck, I'm not drunk at all, Teague. So fuck you too.
Well, then something happened to your brain from all the
Let's
drinking.
stop. Stop.
Well, thanks for
What?
insulting me, Tig. You're such a sweetheart. You're such a
Well, you know, at least I'll come out in front and
candidate of
say it. Unlike your
humanity.
passive aggressive BS, man.
Oh, fuck,
Let's
you're
stop.
not passive aggressive
Let's
with
stop.
your comment.
No, I'm kind of direct. I say
You
what
are.
I mean.
You're very passive
Me
aggressive
and
right now, buddy.
Gil
No, I'm not.
can
I'm directly
see
saying
each
things.
No, you
other
fucking
being
are.
ridiculous.
Where dude,
Passive aggressive
Copley, you
is
need
not
to,
what I'm doing. Passive
work on your
aggressive would be
writing.
if I was doing something a little more
Squares
sophisticated. I'm directly
are
saying things.
Okay, so if there's gonna be people like
rough.
arguing, I'm gonna bow out.
Yeah, I tried stopping
What is
here,
the
but
word after where? S H.
Hey man, I
Or-
immediately stopped talking, and then he had to say a bunch of stuff to tell me he had nothing to say. So what was it all about then? That you had to say something at all? And I was
All right.
What is the
insulted
word
by the
between
fact that he
where and
insulted me,
squares?
and that's the end of that.
I can't read that.
please, can we please stop? Please.
The random PvP antique fight. I have no idea what that was about.
Oh, here
That makes two of us, honestly.
I'm a head to
I have
bed.
no idea. Where that
I'm
came
ahead to
from.
bed here, so thank you at your time for coming there. Thank you, Jim's Landscaping, for coming. He has a bunch of Star Trek fan films that he likes to do, so make sure to check those out. Thank you, Gap After Dark,
Physical
for coming.
presence is
It's-
sort of.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Gap
no
After Dark, for coming. He has a bunch of shorts of all the stuff he's collected. It's pretty cool there. So make sure to check that out. And Pop, thank you for coming. He has Lost in Space on Mondays, Star Trek or sci-fi horror on Tuesdays, and then on Wednesdays we do Gilligan's Island there.
Oh, is this over?
Yeah, I'm gonna head to bed here.
All right,
Yes,
sleep well,
and
man. Wait.
the basic message is Gorilla, do more open streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, let me-
This was
hey,
kind of fun.
Christina left. What does Christina do on her channel? Let's make sure to promote her.
Shit.
With
she's
all the
gone.
ups and downs, it was kind of fun. So do
Hey.
more open streams.
Have a
Hey,
good
Wait, is
one,
there
Gorilla.
anyone in our gang doing a live stream after this?
Hey, what does Christine do for her channel?
Unfortunately, I have no idea. Fuck.
Oh, good.
I'm sure you
Come
can
on,
probably
please,
find her
please,
though
please.
if you look. She'll be back
I'm,
anyway.
I'm pulling up my channel here right now. Here, so
You can maybe find her in the chat. You might be
yeah,
able to
that's
get
what
a
I'm doing
link
right
there.
now. I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, hey guys,
But
thank you,
You know,
Amanda.
you know the tricks.
Anyway, guys,
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking head out because it's like getting that time. So have a good one, guys, and we'll talk later.
You want to plug yourself here, PvP?
Yeah, I'll just unplug myself. Good night, girl. You get a good sleep there, buddy. You
Yeah.
need one.
All right. So who else was here? Thank you, Wesley Curry, for coming. Thank you, Cody Guy, for coming. The man of many words. Thank you, Mikey Seuss 4. He has his topic time going right now. If you guys want to head over there,
Yeah,
tell
I
him.
popped in and gave him a like.
Thank you, Lemon Pie, also known as Scurvy, for coming. I think I started thank Edge of Time. Thank you, Resolute Germ, for coming. He has his Saturday morning cartoons tomorrow with Yogi Bear. We're watching a drama on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays it's Open Topic. Thank you, Suzanne XT, for coming. I think that's everybody. So, T, you want to plug yourself?
No, I'm good. Everybody knows who I am, Admiral Teague. If you want, check me out. That's the name of my channel. Saving Star Trek's my show, and I'm around.
All right.
Thank
Chopper.
you, Gorilla, for hosting us.
I got nothing to plug yet. I'm definitely, my channel has some cute ideas, but they're sort of embarrassing. I'm just more or less a pundit in other chats.
All right, Gil.
Yeah, thank you for hosting us.
Yeah, no problem. That's for me.
All
here.
thanks to you.
Hey, what
I
do you guys
might
think
do
on the save job?
I might do a stream tomorrow afternoon, but otherwise, I'm not sure if I'll be streaming at night there with Return to the Lost World, the review. But otherwise, Sunday we are watching Mad Max 2, Justified on Wednesdays, and then next week will be our Walton's review. So have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla.
Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding?